Hello, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to another night of Don't Make Us Bored. Corndan's here, just being a bird. Big old bird.
I am a big old bird. That bird's about 15 inches long.
15?
Visits every so often. Yeah, he's a pretty big bird.
Oh, well, I like it. Oh my gosh.
I gotta put out more bird seed and maybe he'll come back by to visit.
I want a bird friend.
We have a couple of bird friends. The grackles show up every once in a while.
Okay.
I haven't seen them out lately though, right? Like in the neighborhood. There's some crows that hang out in the neighborhood, so occasionally crows just hang out in our yard.
Yeah.
There's the gang of mourning doves, right? You know, those hang out in our yard and in our tree. We've got a couple of tufted titmice, a couple of cardinals. There's an eastern bluebird that hangs out on occasion. My backyard's usually full of birds.
I like it. Yeah. We usually do put a bird feeder out, and get some of the fatty robins that stop on by. I wonder if we'll see any of the birds from last year come back. There was this blackbird that had, I believe, yellow under its wings, and fingers crossed we'll see it come back. Please do.
We are hoping that one of the migrating birds comes back. There used to be a rose-breasted grosbeak that hung out. We named him Rusty because every time he opened his mouth, it sounded like an old gate opening and closing.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
No, but he was good. He was pretty. He'd hang out all day.
Yeah,
right? Rusty was a good bird.
Yeah, but there are pretty people around the world who will stab you. And the bird is stabbing you with noise, Corndan.
No, we just because he can't make, he did make pretty noise, he could sing when he felt like it, and sometimes it was just a rusty gate opening.
Uh-huh.
And so, we accept that he's doing his best.
Yeah, well, okay,
everybody out there, you should all just do your best. I will,
Yeah, I'm trying to do my best. Best what? My best attempt at actually paying attention to what's going on, because DonkeyKlonk is here. Hello there.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear ya. Hey, how are you doing?
Let me check if you can hear the game as well.
Oh, yes.
Let's go ahead and turn off Yoshi's sound box.
I can hear that, and I regret hearing that.
I don't hear it right now. Could you play it?
Okay, I paused it until it was time to start the game.
This is sound.
It is sounds.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a little bit loud. Sorry for destroying everybody's ears, but you know what? This game destroyed many people's souls, so I don't really have that much sympathy. Is there any way you can get somewhere that has color to the edges?
On the Commodore 64, probably not.
Like, even if it's paused in the game in the first stage, just so that it's easy for me to capture. Yeah. So how are you doing, DonkeyKlonk? What is going on?
I'm doing, okay, I guess.
Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and let everybody here know that, despite how loud that sound was, this is still much better balancing than I've had
just pause
in the
it
past.
like right here. This is perfect.
Yeah, this is great.
I think this is the best I can do regarding color to the edges.
Nope, this is perfect.
Yeah,
good
it's
enough.
Great.
Anyway.
Oh my gosh, Kangarudy. This is a game that we had on Kusa Grande, and DonkeyKlonk, you were the one who gave this out, and you are back to give us Kangarudy. Why do I have this marked as PC? This is definitely not PC.
You have it marked as C64.
Oh, yeah, technically that's a PC. All right, I've got it up, and it's looking dang good. Yeah. So, here we go. DonkeyKlonk. Conk? No, Klonk. DonkeyKlonk here. Go ahead and introduce yourself, and I suppose if you want to reset the game, you are free to if people need to see anything before we start up. Otherwise, yeah, I'm ready for you to do what you want.
Show it beginning from the intro.
Sure. Ah, yeah, the good old Commodore 64 colors on the edges. I love it. Everybody dance! Yeah, go ahead and shred a rug. Grab your local rug shredder. Oh no. Oh, that was a very ugly baby kangaroo. Now it's evil. Oh,
Well,
it just... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rude.
This isn't really a serious speed run, but I wanted to show a completion of this game.
Yeah, that's the scary thing, that you might actually be able to complete it. Did you enable the infinite lives to make it a little bit more reliable, or are you going without those?
I'm going the legitimate way, except I might use the password, and there is a backup save stage for the last stage.
Aha! Okay, cool. Well, whenever you are ready to go, I am as well. Just go ahead and give me a countdown. You can do it right before starting the level as well, so that you have, some preparation time. Just FYI, the mouse is over the game.
Okay.
Yeah. Aha! I'm really sad they were gonna eat the kangaroo.
Kangaroo is delicious.
Have you eaten kangaroo, Corndan?
Multiple times.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I assume they're herbivores, so... Huh. I never really thought about that. Carnivorous kangaroo would be terrifying.
I had it in Australia, and then I had it on a burger in Chicago.
Okay, kangaroo burger. Huh. What does it taste like?
Kinda. It's a little bit more gamey, like beef or bison. It's actually really good. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. By the way, I do see everybody hopping on over in chat. Yeah, they're here. Always good to see everybody, the regulars, as well as a few names that I don't recognize. I think we're ready for you, DonkeyKlonk.
Okay, have you introduced me? Are we live or something? Because otherwise I'm just going to count down and start playing.
Yeah, go ahead. I think people know what Kangarudy is. From Commodore 64 era, we had it on a Kusogrande match. It seemed relatively impossible, but we are hopefully going to see a completion of it today. So take it away, DonkeyKlonk. Give us a countdown, and we'll get rolling.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, here we are, everybody.
Yeah, and that's a bug. Sometimes the game will just deploy the parachute without you pressing any buttons.
Really?
Yep.
Well, thank you so much, Kangarudy. I appreciate it. This game, essentially, you control the truck and your forward and back momentum, and what you're trying to do is just not let your kangaroo die. Or you die, or the truck die.
There's a rabbit at the bottom of that bridge, which is why I had to honk preemptively. And that's a pretty nasty trap, having the rabbit after the downslope.
Yeah, that's mean. Is it usually there?
All the obstacles are consistent in each level, otherwise this is not Uno Turaboro.
Okay. Here, I presume you're just going as quickly as possible so that you can get through the early areas fairly fast.
Yeah, there's a consistent red balloon there, which refills a jetpack.
Okay.
Otherwise, you want to save jetpacks for the end of the level.
Yeah, that makes sense. The end of the level basically requires them, doesn't it?
Pretty much.
Nice jump there. Man, this truck
Yeah, you have to go
driver.
full speed for that, and it's not obvious. So a lot of the contestants in the blind match got stuck there, and I can't blame them for it.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough. Like, I'd say for the Commodore 64 era, this game is difficult and yet forgiving because of some of the mechanics in it, you know? Specifically, if there's an obstacle, usually when you respawn after dying, you're past that obstacle.
Which is
That's
pretty
not the
nice.
first half of the game, though. The land levels after that to start respawning, having nastier checkpoints.
Oh no, that makes me feel a little bit worried. Oh my gosh. Okay. By the
So
way,
is the main strategy for
Yep.
this just to try to keep as close to a constant speed as possible, so you don't have to
Yeah.
really do anything with the kangaroo?
Yeah, right now I'm not doing any inputs. This track has cruise control.
oh man, my car doesn't even have cruise control.
You need a better car.
Corndan, it
And here
doesn't
it-
even have powered windows. Yeah, I need a better car.
I mean, my old car didn't have powered windows, but it had cruise control.
Come on, game, I double tapped.
Oh my gosh. No, my car, like, it was good for the time that I got it, and I say good.
Like 1985?
I got it in 2013. I did have a car from 1983 for a while. Good old Honda Accord. This was a Chevy Cobalt, and it was just basically, if there was an option to make the car better, my car didn't have it.
Vultures invade, they prey. Also, here's a complimentary wake-up call.
Buff. Oh yeah, I forgot that noise. It's a little loud. Thank you, game.
I mean, my one car is a
This level can
2014.
clown you even if you're prepared for it.
You've got a 2014.
I've got a 2014 Cruise, and it has all of the options.
Well, that's cool, Mr. Fancy. I can afford powered windows.
And a diesel engine,
Well, I mean,
which is good because I commute like 45 miles a day to work
Wow,
when,
that
I'm actually
jump.
commuting.
oh yeah,
It's a kangaroo, of course.
If you will let the kangaroo go ahead of you, that minimizes the amount of jetpack you need to use.
it's just really cool the timing that you have to do on some of these obstacles. Yeah, it shows very clearly that you've practiced when to speed up and slow down and how to get through them. This is not the easiest game in the world.
Okay, so that's intentional. Because that long jump with the lighthouse is just pain.
We hate lighthouses in my stream.
Well, too bad, because this level has plenty of them.
Well, that's okay. We'll try to run into as many as possible.
That's bad. I can't afford to take boat damage.
Ooh, yeah, that could create some problems in this level. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so I'm just going to take kangaroo damage intentionally there.
Take that, Kangarudy. By the way, Callan, thank you so much for that sub here. Very much appreciated. The shark wanted some
Does the shark
blood.
do anything?
So the shark in this one level won't attack you if you're going the default speed. If you slow down, well, that's a different matter entirely.
So when the shark shows up, don't slow down.
Yeah, and in later levels, you need to go fast for the shark.
I mean, of course, why not change the rules partway through? Point.
Okay, there's only one lighthouse left in the level.
Okay. Yeah, and you can
And yeah, I got
sacrifice a
jetpack refill,
kangaroo.
that is good. So I'm going to probably do that strat, which is to just ditch the kangaroo, and that's lets you go fast.
I love it.
The parachute kangaroo ditch, everybody.
Nobody needs kangaroos.
And that's the last obstacle of the level.
Okay, so we're in the clear. We're gonna finish this level just fine. Fine and dandy.
Yeah, if Kate Pengu had taken any other type of damage than hitting her head, then she would have passed that level.
Okay.
Talk of horror, even Rambo sweats.
Wait, we're going to Istanbul now? Okay, Istanbul's cool. Okay,
So
not as happy as I expected.
Yeah, but this level has a track which we didn't hear during the match,
Ooh.
and I think it's a pretty good track. So it's easy to run out of jetpack in this level, so I'm probably going to do 1 or 2 ditches.
Okay, so chat corrected me. We are leaving Istanbul.
Yeah, we've already been to Constantinople.
Wow. Ready, Daniel, get to work, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wanna get to work? What happened?
No, it's nobody's business but the Turks.
You know what? If people are going and doing business at Constantinople/Istanbul, they should probably know what it's called. I would say that it's a lot of people's business.
So during a jump, the front edge of the boat is safe where it would usually tip over.
Okay.
And that is just a nasty trap where they have a short jump followed by a long jump.
Yeah. Yeah, one interesting thing with this is that, you know, it's pretty obvious you want to deal with the easy sections without taking damage, and the hard sections, sometimes it's just worth getting hit. Because, you know, especially if later on you do need some of the power-ups like the jetpack and the parachute, it's just worth, you know, using those for later on in the stage. Okay, and you're just ditching your
We're
kangaroo.
just gonna ditch him. Yeah.
Oh,
We
good.
don't need the kangaroo.
There we go. We got to Batumi. What is Batumi?
It's a city.
Okay, I've never heard of it.
Well, a bad place to be.
Okay, well, let's leave Batumi. I didn't like it so much.
Buff.
That
next
sound effect
level
is
will-
so good.
The next level introduces us to hedgehogs and to forks in the road.
Egypt. You can tell because they put, like, probably 50 pyramids in this level. I wouldn't be surprised.
So I told the players how to deal with the hedgehogs, especially because I didn't want players to use honking strats through the entire level, and then the Mikan honks anyway.
What are the hedgehog
you know-
strats?
By the way, here's a message from the
Rudy
competitors.
sucks? Oh no. Wow. Whoever did that graffiti, you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay with kangaroo blood.
I'm sorry, look, if you tell me I'm not allowed to do horn strats, especially if I'm going to be sound for the game, you're getting horn strats.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Doot, doot, beep, beep, doot, 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 doot,
If you
doot.
tell me I should use horn strats, I'm probably going to use horn strats anyway.
That's fair. So it looks like essentially this level is trial and error the first time you go through it.
No, there are signs next to each of the forks that tell you which way to go.
Okay, I haven't seen any. Like, oh, well, okay, that's not a fork, that's just a slope. Sorry, slopes, forks. It's been a while since I've gone driving, you know, haven't had to make too many jumps lately. This is how the roads look in Utah, by the way.
Well,
just
I hope you're not, like, taking jumps in your Cobalt.
I mean, not lately.
I hope not ever.
I've never done jumps in my Chevy Cobalt, Corndan. I never have. I don't think I've
Have
ever...
you done them in Justin's car?
Well, I mean, his doesn't really work, or it doesn't really have a problem starting. It has a problem stopping. So, no, but we probably could.
It has a problem stopping? Sounds like you gotta put brakes on it.
Well, talk to Justin about that. It's been sitting in the garage for long enough. The reason, though, that, you know, it really hasn't gotten fixed is because it's made out of Canadian parts, which means that it's going to be more expensive. Oh, no!
It's made of Canadian parts.
Yeah.
What kind of car does he have?
A Canadian
But
car.
now you see the arrow down, and now we go down. So the forks aren't trial and error.
Yeah. There we go. Good, good, good. Basra, my favorite city that I've never heard of. At least you got a lot of constitution. Good. That's like a D&D strat. This is D&D for kangaroos.
So this is where you get the password, and it's good that you bet the password because this level sucks.
Uh-oh.
So this level has ocean currents. Your boat will randomly change speed.
Oh, no. Aw, but the kangaroo has a little rain jacket. Oh, it's so cute. Looks like it's gonna...
That was a current, for example.
Oh, okay.
And here's an octopus.
It just grabbed you. Oh, that's
Yeah,
problematic.
that's more messing with speed. You need to have a parachute for that, so you can't really do stitch strats.
Yeah. So the currents are going to be random when they happen here. How do you get past the lighthouses? I don't remember.
Look at the seal.
Oh, well, I didn't.
Is it a seal of approval?
Only if it
Come on.
lets you go. No, the shark got your boat! Tasty
That's a big shark.
wood. Hey, we finally got to see what happens with the shark. Yeah, honestly, it seemed like there was no way to avoid that because of the current. So, thank you very much, fair and balanced video game.
That's good damage to take. When in doubt, hit your head.
Yeah. Honestly, it seems like the way that you
So here we
play...
have that seal pointing down. And you need to hold down when making that jump, and that's how you get past the lighthouse.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. You hold down even though you're still doing a fast jump.
This level is short, but it's so nerve-wracking to deal with the currents. The currents are... I made that look a lot easier than it is.
You know, with this show being on today, we could say that it's a current event.
Okay, I didn't read that level name out for a reason.
I didn't even see what it was.
Same. But. So I'm gonna have to pay attention. What level are we going to? Yeah, I guess I'll have to pay attention after this.
See, this is the Southeastern Asian European Egyptian pyramids. I hope you like broken bridges.
Oh, Broken Bridge is my favorite. Easier to sell. At least at a discount, you know.
Yeah, you can just jump over them.
Oh. Yeah. Good job, my little kangaroo friend. Yeah, it's actually really surprising to me how much you're able to get through without taking damage, or, you know, you don't take very much at all.
Look, just because we're all bad at the game.
And this part is just mean, where there's a fork in the road right after a jump.
Yeah. Do.
And as I said, checkpoints. Oh dear, controls. Checkpoints become meaner in the second half of the game.
Oh yeah, I'm
See,
seeing
now
that.
it's just sending me back.
Jeez, your dude looks like the guy in the truck looks like he's breathing heavy. Very much stressed out. Yeah.
You'd be stressed out too if you had to manage like an old 1940s Ford over a whole bunch of broken bridges.
I probably would have put the kangaroo in a cage. Okay, gotta be honest here. That would have been easier.
I mean, I also kind of agree with you.
Rescue the kangaroo from a cage. What's the point of rescuing? If you're going to keep the kangaroo in the cage.
You keep him in the cage till you get to Australia, then you let him out. I don't know, what's better, kangaroo being in a cage and not being eaten, or possibly splat on the road dead? I'm gonna go ahead and say, personally, if I were the kangaroo, I would prefer the cage.
Well, but you know, sometimes you just gotta jump.
I'll jump
Might as
later.
well jump.
I'll
Go
jump
ahead,
later.
jump.
I've got the whole rest of my life to jump, okay?
But, you know, sometimes some people just want to bang on the drums all day. Other people just want to jump on the trampoline all day.
I don't want to do either. Both are tiring.
Sometimes the game just does that even though you're going at full speed.
Thank you, Kangarudy. Hey, there we go. You went to Hong Kong? We made it.
Oh, it's Rest in Peaches. They're too bad we're going over land this route.
Oh no.
Is that the easier route, or is the over the sea
This is
the easier route?
This level is pretty easy, but it's really long.
Wait, you can choose which way to go?
Yeah, there's an option in the menu.
Oh, fancy. Oh, go away, you stupid rabbit. Okay, let me just tell you from personal experience that your car's gonna be fine if you accidentally hit a bunny. It's a sad story, and it wasn't bunnies, it was prairie dogs. But, you know, if your options are to swerve into oncoming traffic or just, you know, say goodbye to the little fuzzy friend, goodbyes are pretty much needed.
I mean,
In this country where I live, you don't get a driver's license without proving your ability to dodge a moose.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, you know, so the question is, what country are you in that you have to avoid a moose? And the second one is, how often do you have to avoid a moose?
Well, I told you the cheeses of my country and that it's next to Finland.
All right.
Yeah, the problem with hitting a moose is that their legs are so long, if you hit the moose, it is going to slide across your hood right into the windshield. So,
oh yeah, I mean,
yeah, same with horses. You know, cows you can hit straight on. Yeah, it's going to destroy your car, but it's not coming into the car.
I mean, I'm just more curious as to how common, you know, hitting a moose is.
Apparently common enough that they have to test you for it. Yeah, I did hit a deer once. I had to. I actually did swerve a little bit because reaction, and it was foggy and it was fast, and there was just really no time to use anything other than my instinctual brain. Luckily, it turned out to be for the best. I don't know what happened to the deer. I bet it went and lived a wonderful life after that because it just was gone. But yeah, it destroyed one of my lights, and it took off my driver's side mirror, which luckily it's not required by law in Utah to have one of those.
Well, that is, when I lived in Chicago, I had a BMW take the mirror off my car, which really sucked for them. My mirror was manual and it was 3 bolts to swap. They were in a BMW like 7 Series with like powered fancy everything.
Oh,
I guarantee
no.
you that was like at least $1,000 to fix, right, in parts alone, if not any, you know, labor.
Yeah.
And it cost me $87, right? And this guy had been drinking or something, I don't know, right? Swerved into my lane and then didn't swerve out.
Mm-hmm.
And our mirrors collided. It was great.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, the earliest car that I had was a 1983 Honda Accord. Belonged to my uncle, Pat. Essentially, I got it for free. Let me just say, that car took a lot of damage. Like,
And oh no's in chat for this upcoming level, because some people got spoiled on it.
oh no!
Yeah, but
Oh,
this
no.
level coming up, it also sucks. It has a pretty nasty gimmick, as you will see, or not see.
Oh no! Okay, I dislike this.
Yep.
Does the light move automatically?
Yes.
He needs to learn how to
That's at
actually
least
show
nice.
the kangaroo.
Yeah, I mean,
This is bad. This is so not okay. The octopus! It gotcha! Ah! Yeah, we're through. Yeah,
Oh,
I
and
guess at
if-
least it shows you the
Yeah, if
generic
the kangaroo
direction of
bounces
the
on the
kangaroo.
searchlight, you lose the searchlight for a few seconds. Oh dear.
It's fine. I was gonna say, what will take damage first, Kangarudy or the boat? The answer was Kangarudy. Yeah, that's okay. Like, they were going to turn him into a good meal, like, where he was living, so just having the shark take a bite out of him means that, you know, still more flesh left than if he would have been left at the restaurant.
I haven't had shark, but octopus is delicious. You should just throw the next one that grabs you, like whip it over in your boat. I learned an interesting fact about octopus the other day.
What's that?
Did you know that sometimes octopus will punch fish out of spite?
I mean, that sounds about right. Like, I think they're kind of
just
temperamental.
But
yeah.
like just because an octopus, like a fish will be coming by and an octopus will just like punch it.
Wait, are they like the cats of the sea? Ooh.
I guess.
Okay. Yeah, by the way, I've eaten octopus. It's okay.
I like it a lot, actually. But it has to be cooked right.
Yeah, it's a little bit chewy, but I actually really like the flavor that I had.
If you either like stew it so it kind of breaks down, or you don't cook it very hard, right? Then it becomes really tender.
Okay.
But like if you're having that in between, it toughens up a lot.
I have to take a hit here because I'm out of the parachutes.
Yeah, that's okay. Sharks, enjoy your kangaroo feast. Or at least, like, the right arm.
After the next shark, I should be able to just jetpack to the end of the level.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'm looking at the Kangarudy's icon there. He doesn't have any arms left.
He doesn't need any arms where we're going.
No,
you
like,
got
you're jumping. You know, you don't need
If you got a
arms.
jetpack, you don't need any arms. The other thing, if you can find it, right, if you got like an Asian grocery store or something near you, like dried octopus is really good.
Huh. Interesting. I'm usually of the opinion that I'll give anything a shot.
Well, here's the ending.
Oh my gosh, is that time then?
I called the time when I hit the end of the level.
We weren't paying attention.
The kangaroo on the right has lipstick and eyelashes, and the kangaroo on the left has a pouch. Don't listen to those people.
Whatever works.
Yeah, love who you want to love, Kangarudy, okay? Just maybe, you know, go see a good surgeon to add your arms back. Wow.
I also have to show off the cooler Kangarudy.
Oh, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope you're ready for this coolness.
I'm ready.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at those glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why weren't we playing this mode?
Maybe this path's harder, Corndan.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to show off.
So please
this.
tell me these guys made Kung Fu.
No, that was a different development house.
Yeah, there's no way they made Kung Fu, you know? Because this game's actually good. Like, it's got problems. I think that it is way ridiculously hard, but at the same time, it's got such a cool, good idea to it. The whole bouncing kangaroo as you're going, driving, taking him back to Australia. Yeah, I love that this game exists. I don't think it's a very easy game, but you made it look trivial. And yeah, anybody who has played this before.
I wanted to kind of to eat my own cooking with this game that I gave out, so to speak. I budgeted 45 minutes for it because that first.
You never know what's going to happen. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Honestly, yeah, I'm pretty dang impressed with this. So thank you so much, DonkeyKlonk. Are there other games that you're playing these days that people should know about, that you're really enjoying, or that you maybe will show off to us later?
Well, since I'm GMing, I am playing games that I don't enjoy and I can't tell others what they are.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you can't exactly tell people. But that's okay. I'm glad to hear that you're suffering, you know? Because that means players will suffer in the future.
Yep.
Then I get to watch. Well, thank you so much, DonkeyKlonk. I hope you have a great probably very late night, early morning for you. Go and get a little bit of rest, and we'll see you next time. Corndan, would you want to be a kangaroo if you had the choice?
I mean, not really. I like being me.
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, maybe having like a wallaby as a pet, that could be fun, right? They can just go bounce around in my backyard all day. My son would really like that, I think.
Oh, I thought my son would love to be a wallaby. I don't
He
think you
might.
would
He
like a
likes
wallaby
jumping.
son. Oh, okay. Yeah, he'd get a kick out of that. Maybe literally, too. Ugh.
But probably not. I mean, at the same token, if we went by he wants to be things because he likes them, he would become a train or a spaceship, and you know, that's a little weird.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Now, if people watching want to submit a game to be shown on Don't Make Us Bored in the future, feel free to type !DMUB, and Nightbot will tell you how to do that. We would love to see more people. DonkeyKlonk put in a lot of effort to show off this game, but I know that we have had plenty of games where people are pretty much touching them for the first time. This next game, though, 30XDX, I'm calling it that. I'm not completely sure what you should call it. I feel like DududeDude has put a good amount of work into this game.
Well, let's find out. Let's go talk to them.
Yeah, dude. Hello there, dude.
Hi.
Hey, how are
You
you
should
doing?
actually call it 30XX, by the way.
30XDX.
No, just 30XX, just like you said before.
No, I said 30XDX.
Oh, in that case, you said it wrong. Okay.
But I want
Yeah,
I like the XDX. It's fun.
You can say that. You can say it that way, I guess.
Yeah. I've got it the right way, Corndan. I know nothing about this game, by the way, except that it's sort of Mega Man, isn't it?
It's sort of Mega Man, yeah. It's more Mega Man X than Mega Man, but it's roguelike Mega Man X, if you could say.
I mean, I'm
Roguelike-
kind of cool with that.
Roguelike Mega Man X. Yeah, I like that idea. I'm currently getting everything set up, so we've got a little bit of time. I know that we're here a tiny bit early for you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I was available the entire time, so it's all good.
Sweet. You want to introduce yourself to everybody who may not know you?
I mean, what's that to say? I'm the dude. I've done a couple games here on DMUV before, though I think it's been like half a year since I last on here. I basically
going
never
that
stream, so
long?
don't follow me for that reason. Yeah, I think so.
Holy cow.
We've been going, bro. We're coming up close on a year pretty soon.
Wow. It's just flown
time
by,
flies.
and yet somehow been the longest year in existence. Well, that's really exciting. I'm glad that you have played for us before. I'm glad that you're back with another game here as well. What's your favorite genre of video game, if I may ask?
Oh god, I think action RPGs would be the one. Especially the ones that have like actual complex compound.
Okay, action RPG, like what would be a good example?
Lagoon.
Kinda, but not really.
Corndan. Corndan, please.
You were looking for an example of an action RPG.
I mean, I'd just say Zelda games is a good example, really. They're not
Zelda,
really RPGs,
yes.
I suppose, but you know,
No,
Breath of the Wild
Zelda
is pretty
is-
much action RPG.
People essentially say that Zelda is one of the original NES RPGs, so I'm sorry
Yeah,
if they
I'd
called it
call it
that
that.
back in the day. It has to be true. Thank
Yeah,
you
otherwise I
as
couldn't really
well
think of
to everybody who has been here and who has subscribed. Polk and Kaylin, very much thanks. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I think I've got a little bit of a migraine or something. If I sit still here, I can I don't hurt, but my head is a little bit fuzzy and I'm possibly a little bit dumber than usual. So just as a heads up to everybody, if I'm extra dumb, you can go ahead and blame evolution and biology.
Wow,
Well,
it's good to blink a while.
Yeah, I mean, you could blame Koala, but I, you know, blame you probably not taking painkillers.
Yeah, I didn't take any tonight. Corndan, the thing is, if you keep taking them, then eventually you get headaches if you don't have painkillers, and then it's a loop.
I mean, I don't think that's how it works.
It is. It absolutely is. You should go and do some reading about it, apparently. Oh,
so
boy.
I should go
really
check the same place. I should go check the same place you did your reading on this, and Facebook.
WebMD. Facebook. Okay, my mom's on Facebook and she's a nurse, so that would work. But no, really, it's actually something true. You can get to the point where painkillers, especially for headaches, will end up making headaches more habitual. So you can't just take them every day.
Yeah, you do build up immunity to them.
It's less immunity, more reliance, I think.
Yeah, that too, I guess. It depends on the painkiller.
Yeah, it's true. Like, ibuprofen, you're probably going to be fine, but ibuprofen doesn't help my headaches. So, yeah, there we go. Hey, we've got your game live. Let's talk about something less painful, which is video games.
Yeah, so first things first, I'm just going to start up the game real quick, where it puts us in a lobby first, and we can pick our character. I was planning to do a poll, but I kind of forgot, so I'm going to leave it up to you. We've got a choice between Nina, who is basically traditional Mega Man X, shoot range stuff, or we can play as Ace, who is, well, if you're familiar with Mega Man X games, who's more Zero. Yep. So,
I think we gotta. I think we gotta go with Nina.
Okay.
Yeah, simply put, Zero is a weeb.
Yes. Anyway,
you are a weeb, bro.
I'm not. Well, sort of. Sometimes.
Anyway, gonna get started then.
Oh, you just made me remember. There's the new. Yeah, give me a countdown or tell me when to start time.
I mean, you can start now, I guess.
Go.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
There's the one anime with Legoshi that has animals in high school, because of course every anime is in high school, that apparently there are new episodes out, and I need to go watch that. But maybe after this show, not during. Yeah, B-Stars, there we go.
Oh,
so what you're saying is
about the show, actually.
You're not just a weeb, you're a weeb for furry anime.
Oh my gosh. Corndan.
And I'm not gonna shame, right? Like, cool.
I'm the type of person who would definitely be down for that. Yeah, the first season was good. I'm not somebody who's gonna go and watch Bluey. That would be Justin. And it's actually an okay show, okay? Just saying. Anyways, we've got a game going on here that only has anime and no animals.
Really, kinda, I guess.
Yeah, so what is going on in this game? Help me out a little bit. You said this was a roguelike? Roguelite?
Roguelite, I guess, yeah.
Okay.
Like, there's randomly generated stuff. There's random upgrades and such you pick up. Like, I picked up that crown, and if I get hit now, I lose a bit of damage, but I can pick up that crown again to get the damage back, for example. That's a random thing I picked up.
Okay. The level layouts, are those randomly generated?
Yes.
Okay.
Made of pre-existing chunks, but
well,
they are randomly chosen which ones you get to run through.
Super Meat Boy Forever does that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it kind of like in the same lines as like Diablo or something like that?
I guess so. Yeah.
In that, right? Like, once you knew what all of the chunks, right? You could easily breeze through a level by seeing what's coming.
Yeah, like I'm decently familiar with them, so I've got to get through things relatively quickly.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I have a limited amount of rolls for upgrades, and there's just a lot of different upgrades you get. Like, certain upgrades are more likely to drop in certain bits, that kind of stuff.
Dang it. You know what? I had no idea that this was a roguelite. Now I feel like I want to play it, because I love roguelites and roguelikes.
Yeah.
Rogue anything.
Yeah,
I play as rogues.
I think a little bit of randomness to the game genre can really spice it up.
Yeah, not every game needs it. but it actually looks like this. Like, even if it is randomized, it doesn't feel like it's just chunks thrown together. There's a lot of thought here.
Yeah, this is the sequel to 20XX, which surprise there, I guess, which was also a Mega Man like roguelike, but it felt like like you could feel that the levels were randomly generated. Well, this game feels much more like it could just pass for a regular Mega Man level, really, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's it, right, there we go.
Yeah. A little bit of a health refill there, and a cutie owl.
Yeah, that's the
Hoot
first
Omega.
Yep, that's the first boss, which this boss fight is actually rather unusual. Like, most of the boss fights are conventional Mega Man-like boss fights, but this is more of a chase sequence. So that's interesting.
Okay, cool.
I kind of like that, honestly.
Yeah, it's good to have some variety, I think. Is there any way to know what the boss is before you get to the end of the level?
Yeah, there's currently 6 different bosses. Each of them has a tightly teamed level around them, just like in a regular Mega Man game, really.
Oh, okay. So the theme of the level cued you in that it was going to be the owl.
Yep.
Dang.
Like, the kind of
I like
platforming
that.
and such I had to do is very specific to this particular level and this particular boss, which is, again, that's neat. I like it.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh no, poor owl.
Yeah, sadly. Anyway, as with other Mega Man games, you unlock special weapons after beating bosses. In this case, it's this tornado. We'll get more later.
Nice.
Yeah, it also shows at the top there what the boss is for this level after you reload him.
Very nice. Penumbra.
It's,
Huh?
Yep. So yeah, this level is very differently teamed. Like, it'll have very different obstacles than the previous level did, which again is nice.
There's
also very
lot
different
of
enemies.
like damage tanks, it looks like, in this one.
Mm-hmm.
At least so far. Okay, I love this game. I'm sold. And it's early access, right?
Yeah, it's actually an early alpha, so it's actually considered to be in a very rough state according to the developers.
This is the rough state? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. You know, then again, I think early access tends to work best with a lot of roguelike stuff. You know, other genres I don't think benefit as much.
Like, we had the title screen open for a bit, and there was a countdown to update timer on that one. Devs have been incredibly consistent about basically releasing a somewhat big patch every 3 weeks.
That's
which is pretty
cool.
impressive.
That is pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I am loving this so far. I love this sort of Gemini type boss that you were fighting there with the reflection aspect there. Were you able to bounce things off of the mirrors as well, or was it just the enemy? Ooh.
You can bounce your own shots off the mirrors too. You can also turn the mirrors around.
All right, so you picked up 3 Memoria. What does Memoria
that's
do?
like a lot of roguelites. This game has meta progression where in between runs you can buy some upgrades and such.
Gotcha.
In my case, I've played the game enough that I actually have all the upgrades that are currently available already unlocked. At the start of the game, you don't have some of the things I have. Like, I was able to reroll some items and stuff like that. You don't start off with the ability to do that.
Okay.
So, you know how every single Mega Man game has really annoying platforms that disappear occasionally?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, these platforms instead disappear when you jump off of them, which is a lot less annoying.
Oh, it's like that one Mario mechanic in some of the later Mario games. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, this level, those are exclusive to this level, and they're a really nice mechanic in comparison to, like, the usual nonsense with disappearing blocks.
Yeah, I definitely would prefer what you were talking about there. The ability to... I don't know what I was going to say. Yeah. I
Yeah,
lost it.
ability.
just having the control over when the platforms change
you
instead of having to
control it.
rely on the timer.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Honestly, I don't really mind timers as much. I think that when you're in a rush and you're a little bit stressed out, it's harder to deal with the timers, but I think it's a fine mechanic. Honestly, the Yoku blocks never really bothered me as much as they did other people.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they only bother me because I'm too stupid to play Mega Man games.
maybe you're too smart to play Mega Man games,
I
Corndan.
mean, maybe. No, I have stupid fingers is what it comes down to. I struggle with these games because I just can't. I don't have the reflexes to do things in some of these games very well.
That's a
So
shame.
for me, watching like a good solid like Mega Man 20XX 30XX sort of run, right, is like amazing to me. Just I can't do it.
Oh. Yeah,
It's
that's
also
fair.
practice.
Well, it's not just like practice, like, you know, legitimately my hands won't cooperate very well in that respect.
That's unfortunate. These are really fun games if you can play them.
Yeah, and so like if I can play it and like not at speed, right? You know, then it's fine. Like I can play like Mega Man X,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I will never put up a competitive time or anything like that, right? You know, anything where I have to do like the precision, like sliding jumps and stuff like that, Mega Man 3 and things like that, like I'm not very good at it.
Oh, some of
Right,
the air
I-
dashes in some of the games are just so
Yeah,
difficult to do right.
I mean, games like Hay Fever, for instance, right? Like Hay Fever hurts my hand. You know, trying to play it, right? Because my fingers don't want to move fast enough. So, you know, you compensate by just mashing on the buttons harder.
Oh, yeah.
Then your hand hurts. So to watch these sort of things do well is always a treat for me, just because I can't really do it.
Yeah, that's fair. I do think that, especially when it comes to people who focus more on retro genres or, you know, not first-person shooter against each other. You know, everybody has their own level or their own expertise when it comes to games, and honestly, Mega Man speedruns would be pretty dang difficult to me. When I see people who like run tons of different genres, it's just like, wow, okay, you have a big brain. Good job, Mr. Big Brain.
Like I can sort of do things like Mike Tyson's Punch Out, right? I've beaten before in the past.
That's
Generally
a difficult game
because,
too.
but like a lot of it is in pattern design, right? And so it's like, okay, when I see them doing these sort of things, like I know what's going to happen, right? So the timing isn't necessarily a problem.
It's a lot of memorization about how the patterns look, yeah.
Right, yeah. So, right, like if in that sort of thing, like the timing isn't a problem in a way with that because, right, like you know what's coming, you know how to react to it, right? Like, okay, then it's just getting the timing right and doing whatever you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I guess, you know, I've been playing a lot of Binding of Isaac lately and submitted to GDQ, and there's a lot of just like you have about half a second to decide what you're going to do when you go into a new area.
Oh yeah, I would die.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
like,
Binding of
straight
Isaac
up.
in particular is kind of infamous for that.
Yeah, it's
Like, there's a lot of rooms where, like, if you keep holding left when you move into a room, you immediately run into spikes and stuff like that. That's
Yep,
also really unfortunate.
just, yeah, figuring out how to make a choice there. Doesn't really feel difficult for me, but that's also because I've played it for hundreds of hours, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's something that just comes over time. And the only reason I think I'm like remotely any good at it at all with, you know, there are people who are definitely much, much better than I am. The only reason I'm any good at it at all is because I've played it a lot and because I liked it enough to play it that much.
The Isaac aesthetic really isn't my jam.
Oh yeah, that's completely.
But-
Yeah, no, that's
There's a lot
that's
of
definitely
blood
my
and
case
poop.
for me
Yeah.
too.
It's
Like the game grosses me out on a pretty major level, but it's like, which is a shame because it seems like it's a game I would otherwise enjoy, but
yeah. It's
know.
actually funny thing about that. Like I know that when I first played it, I was very grossed out by it. It's not even something that phases me at this point.
no, I
but
suppose if you have
it
if you have hundreds of hours in it, you know.
It did after a little bit of a break. I was like, wow, this is more disturbing than I thought it was, than I remember it was. And then after about 2 hours or so, I was like, okay, never mind. I'm back to it. I'm back in this. I don't know. I don't care for the grossness, but it doesn't faze me.
So with the pickup you got with the arcing shot, do you have control over how far it arcs?
No, I don't have any. Like, it just arcs the way it does, I believe. Like, I don't think it's based on anything else.
Okay.
But like the thing about upgrades like that, which you can show off real quick, is you can
just
turn
turn
those
them
off. Yeah. So I can just shoot straight forward if I want to, which is usually better than always just giving it off for fun for a bit. And occasionally it's handy to have the weird arc on your shot. That's yeah. While we've been talking, I've picked up a couple of different things. Like a special thing Nina can do is combine her boss powers into special things. So, for example, I can charge my tornado and make a really big tornado now,
That's pretty cool.
which is actually going to be really handy.
That's
I
kind of
mean,
cool that
I'd
you
be
can
afraid
upgrade
of that
those.
though. I lived in the Midwest. I'm afraid of big giant tornadoes.
Well, that's understandable because they rake a lot of destruction. Like, I don't live in a tornado area. I live in Europe, so you know, not really a problem. Anyway, we've got our third boss here. This one is split into 4 separate parts. If you kill a part off, remaining parts get more dangerous. I'm just gonna show off real quick, just quickly killing one part. But the part where I can do that safely.
So then the ideal method here is to get them all down low health and then finish them off quickly, one right after the other.
Yep. Just you can see they're firing double shots and such now, but I have a big tornado. Good luck seeing anything, but this is going on, which is one downside of this, but you know. But yeah. Like, there are no formal boss weaknesses in this, but there's definitely certain weapons which are really good for certain bosses. Like the tornado obviously is really good for a boss like this, which is all vertical and split into multiple parts.
Oh, and now you have a gear. Does each boss give a specific upgrade when you beat it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
the upgrades are fixed for each character, so Nina gets different upgrades from each boss than Ace does, but bosses do always drop the same upgrades.
Ooh.
Like for Nina, the upgrades are primarily just traditional Mega Man style boss weapons. Like, for example, this one is basically Metal Blade from Mega Man 2.
Okay,
Well, for Ace, they're more like movement focused powers, which is, again, interesting. Like, it lends a very different blend to the two characters.
I'm really trying to think how I feel about this color scheme of the level. It's interesting. At least
It's very retro. Like, a specific type of retro. Like, it's Far Cry Blood Dragon style retro.
Kinda, yeah.
I feel like,
A little brighter, but
yeah, it's bright, and these are colors that normally you shouldn't put together, but it still looks okay. Like, it's very well made. I just don't... I would go with a different color palette personally, because the blue, green, red is a little much for me.
yeah, I think this level is meant to be a little bit of a homage to older games and game mechanics and gaming
Yeah,
color.
I noticed that there were the enemies that essentially can detect if you're in their range, and then they'll probably attack if.
Yep.
And that happened a lot. I think starting with Mega
Also
Man
the snake.
X. Yay! Oh, look at the snake.
Anyway, this is the mini boss of this level, and let's see if I can coax it to actually do so. Hey, come on. Okay. Just like with the actual game snake,
Oh
if you
my
do
gosh!
that, you just instantly kill it.
Aw, good job, dying snake.
You know what? I really appreciate that.
That's fantastic.
It's not guaranteed the arena for that snake is in a layout in which you can actually do that, by the way, but in this case we lucked out, so I got to show that off.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big... Like, it really looks like they put a lot of great work into this, and if this is considered a very early state, then I'm really excited to see what they do with this game.
Yeah, like I said, there's only 6 levels in the game right now. I think the idea is that there's going to be 8 robot masters and then a couple of wily stages, effectively. Like, that's what the original game had.
Okay.
Well, 20XX had.
So, question, is that lava down there insta-kill?
No.
Is anything in this game insta-kill?
No, not by default anyway. Like, there are difficulty modifiers you can put on to, amongst other things, make lava instant kill again, just like it is in all the games. But in this case, because the game is a roguelike, and they felt it would be a little unfortunate if you just instantly died from spikes, you know. Since you have to start your entire run over again, it's not by default. Like, I just kept the difficulty settings on default for this game
How
because
could
I'm just showcasing the game.
I'm just thinking, no, roguelikes. Okay, roguelikes especially are very
the
big
big on
fans of,
instant
hey,
deaths,
we're
yeah.
just going to kill you right now, and there's nothing you can do about it. Roguelikes,
Yeah,
I
no, this
guess,
game
are a
isn't.
little bit more forgiving sometimes, but still are supposed, you know, still are brutal. And yeah, like,
see.
your
That's nice.
navigation through these areas, you're definitely making it look fairly trivial. How long did it take you to beat your first time, or to get through these areas?
I think I actually beat the game for the first time on my third try or something, but they actually did make some changes recently to make the game a little bit more difficult than it was when I originally played it, so, you know.
Okay.
Like, the balancing is an ongoing process. Like,
Oh, for sure.
I don't know.
So this guy's power is he's in a chair.
Yep.
Okay.
He's in a
That's
chair
my
and he has
power.
options that shoot at you, I guess. Like, he
Mine is
chases you,
chair
I don't know.
and
It's a
burrito
weird
power,
boss.
okay? Good combo.
Dolores Fred, are these levels generated? Yes.
Well, it's a little like they're handmade level parts that are put together and
Yeah.
put into one bigger stage.
Wait, they're generated in the same way things like Diablo or that are, right? Chunks of level that then go together to make a full level.
Yep.
Dead Cells, yeah, that same idea.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, like it's very easy to forget when you're watching this game that it is like a couple of chunks put together that don't
It's so
necessarily fit
smooth.
together.
Yeah.
Like, if you keep an eye on the top right of my screen, there is like an alpha version number, and it currently says not dynamic, and it actually shows the file names of the level chunks we're in normally.
Oh, I might be
But
able
that's
to...
how you can tell if I switch to different ones.
Let me
like,
go
it's
ahead
not- it's
and make
always
it
not
so that
dynamic.
it's more visible.
Like, you can't turn that off, by the way, but I keep it on, especially if I'm, in this case, streaming the game, so that if there does something weird happen, I have, like, a file name to reference to the devs.
Oh, okay. Have you sent things to the devs before?
I actually haven't had any cause to, because, as you mentioned, despite this being an early alpha, the game is incredibly solid already. So yeah, another thing that's been slowly getting mixed in, like as you get farther in the levels, like the more dangerous versions of the enemies get mixed in. Like we have 2 different versions of the shield enemies right now. That's these basic ones and
Okay.
ultra spicy ones that shoot back when you shoot them from the front, which is pretty funny.
So it does give you more complicated levels.
it's
when
actually one
they
of those.
show up later on.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
like in general, like there's also more intense platforming segments later on, etc. And some of the mini bosses scale up. Like the amount of shots these two are firing is not what you'd get if you fought them in earlier levels.
Okay, gotcha. I like that. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
And like that's also one of the things I was talking about with the difficulty being adjusted, like the upgraded enemies that are mixed in now. That wasn't the case when I submitted this run like 2 weeks ago or something.
Really?
Yeah, that's something that was added in the last week or so, I think, if I remember right.
Beautiful. I love it.
The other thing I really like that I've seen on this, and I've seen it with like the mini bosses and the bosses, right? Is the game does a pretty good job of projecting where movement and stuff is going to happen.
Yep.
So that when everything's on screen, it doesn't seem too daunting.
Yeah, it's. I think that's a big thing. It gives you the cues that are needed in order to be able to react to what's happening. And that's essentially what I consider one of the gold standards with difficulty. If the game, somebody who is able to react perfectly to what's happening on the screen, if a perfect player is able to react perfectly and not get hit, that's usually a good sign.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not a perfect player, as you can see by how many times I'm getting hit, but you know. So it's not too obvious I'm getting hit right now, actually, because I have an upgrade that makes it so I don't get knocked back when I get hit, but you know.
No, but yeah, the thing is, it gives you, like, just because it gives you a cue doesn't mean that everybody is going to be able to react to it. I mean, there's a lot happening in this game.
Yep.
But yeah, basically, good game design is exactly the opposite of I want to be the guy. Because that is not good game design,
Yeah,
but
no,
it's
that is all
purposefully
gotchas,
so.
yeah.
It's purposefully so.
Like, that's also, like, I Want to Be the Guy is a really good example of how that can be fun sometimes, but you definitely need to want to go out of your way to search that out as opposed to just randomly coming across that.
Yeah, it's one of those that if it would have come out in, like, the current day, it would have been a YouTube sensation, you know? Could see Markiplier play to be like,
back then.
hey, I want
Like,
this guy! Yeah, I'm
I swear I've
the
seen a
guy!
lot of people play that, but
Yeah,
I've also been on the internet for way too long, so...
same, yeah. I would not want to watch a Markiplier I Want to Be the Guy video, not gonna lie. I'll skip. I'll pass.
Why? You don't want to be the guy?
Well, I
You
am
don't
the
want
guy.
Markiplier to be the guy?
I am the guy.
Are you the guy now?
Yeah,
Are you, or is it me?
you're the guy, but I
Maybe
want to be
I'm
the
the
guy
guy.
too. No way.
No, that's the sequel.
You're just a kid. Yeah, that's 20XD6, not 20XDX. Honestly, I feel like if you're trying to make a good video game, a game that feels polished, having it so that you can react to what's happening on screen is perfect. If you're trying to make an I Want to Be the Guy-like game, then break that rule specifically. But you have to do it consciously. You have to know what you're doing, because if you accidentally make a game that has that mechanic where there's just no time to react, then people are going to complain. They're going to complain a lot.
Yep.
Look, let's be honest. People are going to complain anyway. Make the game you want.
Yeah, and if that's not the game that you want, then you can change it. Yeah, that's the good thing about being a developer. I'm not a developer, but if
But
you're probably
could
going
be
to stumble
if
across
you were the
things
guy.
that you don't like, and then you can change it, and then bam, you like it again. I'm a guy. I don't want to be the dev. Well, I kind of want to be the dev.
I mean, we've had some pretty good devs show up on your channel to talk.
I know. I just feel like super fortunate. And I recently had a dev from one of the games we had in Kangarudy reach out to me on Twitter.
Which
New
game
York
was this?
Warriors.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Yes, I retweeted it, Corndan.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, you need to reply.
And what
He's
did they
like,
have to say?
Well, he's like, I just happened to look this up, and you guys had this, and I think he acknowledged that the game had flaws, but also pointed out like some of the logic behind the choices in the game, which made a little bit more sense. It was meant to be an arcade game.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was definitely a credit munching game if it had any credits to munch.
Yeah, but I didn't know that there was supposed to be an arcade version of the game, but it definitely explains a lot. Anyway, yeah, it's just cool that occasionally we hear from people who have worked on projects, and there's a lot of passion, a lot of cool stuff that goes in, and sometimes things don't really make sense to us as players, but there often was a reason behind some of the madness.
Yeah, sometimes the reason is even something very silly, like deadlines had to be met and there was no more time to change things.
Yeah, that is...
Like, I think that's the story of, like, a lot of Kuso games, actually.
I think so. Especially, like, I'd say anything that's shovelware, you've got a 90% chance of that being the case.
Mm-hmm.
The deadline boss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it gets everybody down.
Yeah. And then, for some reason, if it was ever Capcom doing it, they just blew it out of the park because they're like, yeah, we can do licensed games and make them great. I wonder if they, like, negotiated and said, look, we're not going to release something until it's finished, and we are going to put enough muscle behind it because we have a reputation.
Yeah, there's also the other end of that. Like, I think Capcom actually managed to negotiate good deals with the publisher to get relatively little interference beyond, having to use the license.
Oh, beautiful. Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm thinking of some of the games that they had to follow the storyline. It's like, it doesn't make sense to have some of these storyline elements in it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what I was actually thinking of is Superman 64, which, is very infamous. And,
slightly, yeah.
About a year ago, there was actually a prototype version of it released, which is like an early beta sent out to games journalists.
It was going to be like a way better game.
Yeah, because it got rid of a lot of the stuff. It just didn't have a lot of the stuff that makes the game incredibly bad. Like, it didn't have the ring stages and everything. It's incredible. And, like, apparently a lot of the really bad elements of Superman 64 were added on the insistence of DC, which is
I would believe
remarkable.
that.
Just remarkable.
Yeah, just the same way that you don't necessarily always change something because the players want it a different way. Having DC or Marvel decide something is also scary.
Yep.
I feel like Marvel has at least a slightly better track record than DC has had on games.
Oh, well, especially as of late. Yeah, even early on, though, I would agree there.
Like even X-Men Legends and stuff like that. We go back to like the GameCube days, right? Was pretty good. Now, I'm not going to say that all of them are good, right? I mean, come on, we did have the Saturn and PlayStation Hulk game, right, on Kangarudy for a reason.
Yeah, yeah.
And, I mean, there's also the
Superman.
Actually, no, that's not true.
Every Superman I've seen or played has been terrible. Like,
yeah, no,
it's bad.
For whatever reason, it's just a cursed prophet. Superman is a cursed property when it comes to video games.
Well, honestly, they do a lot to protect the image of Superman, or, you know, have it be a very specific thing. And I think that might be a little, you know, if they were putting a lot of effort to controlling the IP when it comes to video games, that would explain a lot. So, yeah, I think we could go ahead and blame possibly some of the comic book staff, some of the big executives. Ooh.
Anyway, I'm actually at the end of the game, so I'm just messing around a bit and showing off some of the power combinations
Yeah,
you
show
can
us
do.
some cool stuff. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
we got some time here.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What does this one actually do? Oh, that's neat. Just the fireworksy mortar.
Yay!
I actually haven't tried some of these, so I'm just experimenting a little here. So what does this do when it charges? Okay.
Big sound wave. Yeah, that's
Just a
cool
tripler.
that there are some combinations between the powers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if new bosses are added, that will be really exciting. Like, I love when games allow you to combine everything and it gives you something useful no matter what happens. Oh, that's
There's
cool.
a lot of fun powers in here. Let's see. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna finish the game now.
Okay, that's time then.
Slain
Yep.
by nothing. Woo!
Yay! You died not at all. 0 times. Holy crap.
I mean, that's normal because, again, you only have a single life. So
Well,
you have to
okay,
finish all the bosses in one go.
Yeah, that would give you pretty solid incentive. But I imagine that you made it look a little bit easier than it is. Like, this game does not seem like it would
Yeah,
be easy
like
for
I
a
mentioned
first
while we
playthrough.
were running, there's like a bunch of different ways to make the game more difficult. Like you can make the levels longer, you can make it so that spikes that we discussed just do a lot of damage, including
yeah,
just
yeah,
instantly killing you. You can upgrade the damage every single enemy does. You can just make the level generation act as if you're starting at a higher level, so like level 1 plays as if you're already at the 3rd level, etc.
Ah, cool.
Or you can just get rid of powers entirely if you really want to. That's kind of dull though, I don't like that one. Give everything more health, add a timer which punishes you if you take too long, and make items in the shop significantly more expensive.
Ooh,
There's probably
okay.
going to be more. Like this screen is like this difficult selection screen right now is one of those cases of like this is very much an alpha interface. It doesn't look good. Well, you know, this is an
That one
alpha
looks
game.
fine. But yeah, they'll probably change it up to make it look a little bit more polished.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is... Oh, I want to see where this goes. I want to see where they take it. Do they have any estimate for when they'll have most of the main features out?
Not that I'm aware of. They might have.
Okay.
Like, I'm not certain, but like it does. Like the only thing I'm absolutely certain of is that there's this. I'm back on the title screen now. There's this countdown timer to the right there.
Yeah,
Which is like next update. That's always whenever they make a bigger update, like which adds significant amount of new level chunks or just changes a major game functionality, or as in the most recent one, adds like upgraded enemies in later levels.
so about 8 days, that's when you can expect the next big update for this game. Cool.
Mhm.
Well, sweet. Thank you so much for showing this off to dude.
Yo, no problem.
Yeah, I hope that we get more from you. So have a great afternoon. Take care and, see you next time.
You.
Yeah.
And good luck with the rest of the show tonight.
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you. It's going to be a blast. Well,
It is.
Corndan, before we move on, I do want to shout out everybody here who is watching and supporting. If you would like to submit to Don't Make Us Bored, feel free to do that. Thank you to the people who have subscribed and who are supporting the channel. It's honestly a huge amount of help, so thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to go ahead and run a quick minute ad. I need to run and grab a little bit of water during this, and then we will be up with mooware in Going Under. See you in about a minute. And ad is on, and I'm grabbing water. Hello, everybody. Welcome on back to Don't Make Us Bored, our variety show, Corndan and Brossentia. So I'm going to go ahead and hop on over to the Blue Room to talk to mooware and Corndan, see what's going on there. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing, mooware?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good, good. Yeah, it looks like we have... What do we have? Going under. Yeah. Sorry, I stood up and, you know, this headache that I have, if I'm not doing anything, it mostly goes away, but if I stand up and try to do anything, then woo, it is back and having fun. So I'm just gonna sit here for a little while and hope that it mostly goes away. Oh my gosh! This game! I want to play this game, mooware.
Well, that's good because it's a really good and fun game. Yeah, so it came out right around the same time as Spelunky 2 and Hades, I think, and so it probably really went under the radar for a lot of people with these other kind of similar roguelike-ish games.
Oh yeah, for
but
sure.
I think I enjoyed this one more than those others, even though maybe the other ones are better game design-wise, I guess, but I think I had more fun with this one.
Yeah, you hear that, Hades? Huh? You hear it? I don't know if it
You're going
hears
to get
it.
a lot of hate mail after that.
I know, right? No, but honestly, you know, as soon as I found out this existed, I wanted to buy it, and then I forgot about it. So
that sounds like a lot of the games you look at.
it's true. There are just so many video games out there. Seriously, there are so many amazing video games coming out this year and last year and all the time, and there's just not enough time to check out all of them. That's sort of why I like this show. People are bringing, people like you are bringing us new games that I eventually want to touch, but I just haven't been able to. So something like this, it's going to give me incentive to go, basically decide, is this something that I want to spend money on? Is this something that I want to get into my life? And based off of just the advertisements that I saw, I think it is.
Well, let's find out.
Yeah. So here we go, and that is not the correct estimate for the time there. I'll fix it. Everybody. It's fine, because we've got about 1 hour of this game coming up for you. So mooware, go ahead and introduce yourself if you can.
Right. Hi, I'm mooware. I'm doing some stuff on Twitch, I guess. I mostly started streaming to participate in tournaments like Kusuganda and Mystery Tournament, but nowadays I also stream from time to time indie games, old stuff, maybe sometimes a speedrun.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad that you have jumped into some of the tournaments. It's always cool to see people who haven't done much streaming before start. It just makes me happy to hear that that's part of the reason why you're going, why you're getting more into it. That's cool. So, Going Under, what is this game about?
So Going Under is a very funny and well-written, in my opinion, parody of startup tech culture and things like that. Yeah, it's very colorful and chaotic.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we'll see quite a bit of that because we're going to go from the start, and I want to show off the cutscenes and the dialogue mostly.
Now, Corndan, is it just me, or does the audio sound a little crispy to you?
There's not much audio, but I think that might be what it sounds.
Let's find out when it goes.
Yeah.
Right, because it doesn't sound crispy to me.
Yeah, feel
right
free
now,
to
but
give
there's
me
not really a lot going on.
All right, well then let's get started in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the beautiful city of Neo Cascadia.
I think
Did you
it's
have a nice
fine.
monorail ride?
It's fine.
We We at Cubicle would like to congratulate you on joining the ranks of over 100,000 employees hired through the Impoverished Intern Initiative. As the largest e-commerce corporation in the nation-state, we're proud to support the next generation of innovators. It might be hard to believe, but Cubicle started out as nothing more than a great idea from someone just like you. Like so many Neo-Cascadian success stories, Cubicle began as a startup. Just a couple guys in a garage with nothing but a dream and a modest cash injection.
Yeah, I love it.
That's why we're paying it forward. Since the inception of our company, we've acquired countless startups and provided them with funding and hard workers to help accelerate their success.
The crab.
Our friendly integrated
did you see
AI
the name
has
of the
assigned you
games
as a
company? They're
marketing
Agro
assistant of
Crab
our latest
Games.
member of the family,
Ooh, I
Fizzle
like it.
Beverages. By inventing a sparkling water that's also a meal replacement, Fizzle cleverly disrupted two industries at once. There's no better place for an intern to grow than somewhere like Fizzle, where
It's a
you'll
bit
never
worrying
be
that that's
smarter than
actually kind of a
someone.
thing, I guess, if you
When you're
pour
not hard at
sparkling
work
water
with
into
Fizzle,
your
you'll have
Soylent
plenty of time to
powder or
experience some
whatever.
of the rich Pacific
Yeah, I
Northwestern
mean,
culture our
I
great
have had
city has to
Soylent.
offer.
I don't like it.
Now, let's go over some ground rules for your internship.
I mean, it was
First
okay.
of all,
It's just
never under any
boring.
circumstances explore beneath the
Oh no.
Yeah, so if you want, you can join in on the dialogue. I'm going to take over Jackie.
Okay, sure.
Hey, not to be rude, but I already know all this stuff. I had to watch this same video when I applied online.
Oh, is that so? Then let's skip the formalities and get right to the fun part. I bet you're excited to meet your new co-workers, Jacqueline.
Yeah, I can't wait.
In that case, let's get this icebreaker underway. Just follow me over to the... Oh, not again.
What's that?
Ugh. It looks like the monsters have started escaping from the basement again. I really hate to do this to you on your first day, Jackie.
Do what to me?
Well, we can't go having a meeting with that thing running around the office. So I just need you to do me a small little favor. Go kill that monster for me.
What? Like kill? Like right now? I've never killed a person before.
And you still won't have. You're probably not used to city life just yet, but here in Neo Cascadia, everyone kills their first monster sooner or later. If it makes it easier, just pretend you're in a video game and picture its hit point slowly decreasing every time you land a blow. Consider this your first task as Fizzle Beverage's newest intern. Make us proud.
Alright, time to go kill a monster, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is just a bit of a tutorial here. I can grab stuff. There's some more or less real weapons around, but I've also got a lot of junk like laptops and plant pots and so on.
Yeah.
And you can hit people and you can also throw stuff.
Oh no, poor monster.
Alright, that's taken care of.
There you go. That wasn't so hard, was it?
I feel sick.
We've got some crates of antacid flavor fizzle in the back. You did a great job, Jackie.
Thanks.
Now, there's just one tiny little extra step we've got to take care of, and that's to go down into the dungeon and kill the rest of them.
Wait, what? No way, dude. You need like an exterminator or something.
It won't be hard, I promise. You took out that one so easily. There's probably only
There's
3
only
or 4 more lurking down in that slide.
I said, no, man, find someone else. I'm not going down there.
So be it then. I had really high hopes for you, Jackie. I reviewed your resume personally. But if you haven't got the motivation to work at Fizzle, maybe I should ask Avi to reconsider your position here.
Wait.
Yes?
I'll do it. I'll go down there and take a look.
Oh, excellent! I knew I saw the spark in you, Jackie. Come back and see me as soon as you've cleared out all those monsters. Oh, and don't take too long down there. Stand-up is in 15 minutes.
Okay, so we're going down into our first dungeon. This is Joblin, which is infested by Joblins or Goblins,
Oh no,
something like that.
not the Joblins.
Yeah, so when startups go under in this world, then they kind of enter this underworld and become cursed, I guess.
I
Yeah.
kind of love this.
It's like the idea is so much fun. I love it.
Yeah, so the game is this kind of dungeon crawler here, where we're going through these office rooms.
Are these also randomized? Is it a roguelite?
Yeah,
See, this is why I wanted it, Corndan. It's a roguelite.
and it's really the theme is handled really well. So here's a coffee pot, and I can grab it, and the coffee is a power-up. Now I'm a little bit faster, but on the other hand, the coffee pot is heavy, so that slows me down. So here we've got some skills to pick up. Let's see what we have. This one revives me once if I die, and this one I think makes me punch stronger if I don't have a weapon. I'd say I'll go for this one. The other one I think is kind of not worth that much.
That's fair enough. I
They're-
mean,
they're not
yeah, if you want to
necessarily-
use weapons, it's not helpful.
They're not necessarily really explaining what the skills do, so I'm not sure. Maybe it would also make my regular attacks stronger.
I doubt it. Pugilist, however it's said, is somebody who fights mano a mano, fist to fist, punch, punch, punch. So
Yeah,
it definitely wouldn't help weapons.
That makes sense. So far this is mostly a tutorial. I've got some real weapons here. I have this Jobbo mace and the Jobbo sword. And I've also picked up this bone because there wasn't anything better around.
Oh, yeah.
There are ping pong paddles, there's a lot of different weapons.
See, no matter how deadly this looks, it still is better than one of the offices that I worked in, like, by far. I mean, they have better lighting than we had.
Yeah, and this is like the basement too.
Yeah.
But here's something that I think only got added with the update, and I don't quite understand it. There's these bananas taped to the walls, and I think I've seen like meme images of that, but I don't get it.
There was
I'm
an
not familiar
art
with that
piece of
meme.
a banana taped to a wall before.
Okay, well,
quote-unquote
they've got a
art
lot of
piece, and
those.
somebody ate it.
Okay, so here's the caffeine, the boss of the Joblin dungeon. Do you want to take that over, or should I?
Oh, Corndan, you're the caffeine.
Regarding the unacceptably long bathroom breaks taken by contractors. From now on, all toilet seats will be angled at 45 degrees to encourage...
No.
I smell something. I smell... a productivity blocker!
Hey, are you the boss around here? I got sent down here to let you know, you guys really aren't supposed to be.
We have no time for holdups, not at this stage of the job. Eliminate this blocker, contractors, and then we will resume our daily sync-up. Do not try to sneak away to the bathroom after the battle, or I will know.
Oh, no.
Spoken like a real Amazon floor manager.
Yeah, there are a lot of Joblins in here, though.
Yeah, you're supposed to lose this battle, I think. So I can defeat these guys, but I think the boss will get me. Usually at the end of the floor... Oh, there's a sandwich. A chopwich, rather.
Ooh.
Usually at the end of the floor... Oh crap. Yeah, that's what gets me, and I can't get away from that, I guess. At the end of each floor, there's usually a bigger fight, and then a slide down to the next floor.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining me for our daily stand-up. You told us it was mandatory.
That's a good swamp.
Thank you, Swab. First things first, I'd like to introduce you all to our new intern. Everyone put your hands together for Jacqueline Fiasco.
I'm here. Am I late? A
New hire? Jeez.
Yeah, okay.
The budget's tight enough as it is. I do believe Miss Fiasco's unpaid, Tappy. Oh, thank God.
Jacqueline, why don't you break the ice by telling us a bit about yourself? Start with your name, your favorite flavor of fizzle, and your deepest, most passionate life's dream. You You just told us her name. Be cool, Carol.
My favorite fizzle flavor is, I guess, Szechuan apricot. I dream of one day having health insurance.
Szechuan apricot? No. I
I
think
think
it's
all of the flavors
Corndan.
are like that.
Oh, a bold choice of flavor. I like her already.
Jackie is here for a... What was the ad for again?
Marketing.
A marketing internship. Who's she interning for, then? I thought Abby took care of all our marketing. I decided to change the voice there. Try to be more open-minded, Kara. Obstinance equals obsolescence. Just because all of our advertising and PR is handled by a cutting-edge neural network doesn't mean there isn't room for a human touch here and there.
Well said, sir. Fern, what's obstinance?
As for her specific duties, I'm sure Abby can come up with something. Until then, think of Jackie like your own little office assistant. Oh no. If you need a helping hand with anything, don't be afraid to ask her. You never want to have that.
I must admit, must be splendid to have someone to test out my newest flavors on. I could always use a second pair of eyes on the company finances.
Whatever. I guess I'm on board. The less we have to rely on machines around here, the better. Oh, you mean even I get to tell her what to do? A score.
Nice to meet you, everyone.
That's the welcoming team I know and love. And speaking of which, how about we close out this stand-up with our company chant?
Fantastic idea, sir. I think I remember it.
Ahem. What do we make? Fizzle.
Fizzle.
Teen Girl Squad!
What can we do?
Replace breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Why do we make it? Come on, guys, you know this one.
I like the little date tags, like an
Seed.
instant messenger.
It's to make the world a better place.
Oh, indeed. How could I forget?
They usually get it right. It's a Monday, you understand. We're like a family around here. You'll see soon enough, Jackie.
I can't wait.
Well, that concludes our daily stand-up. Have a great work day, everyone. Jackie, stay after the meeting. We need to discuss our little goblin problem. Oh my gosh, company chants. I know that when I worked at Walmart they had those, but I was never invited to chant.
Is that a good or a bad thing? Company chants sound like a pretty awful
Yeah,
ritual.
they're not great. So did you make it?
Make it where?
To the bottom. The bottom of the dungeon, where the boss hangs out.
Does it look like I made it? I totally got my butt kicked, man. I'll be real with you, I don't even think it's possible to make it that far.
That's no good, Jackie. You're gonna need to start thinking more positively if you want to make any progress.
You don't think someone else might be better suited for this job? The ad said that this was a marketing internship. I'm not cut out for fighting monsters.
I don't like the situation any more than you do, Jackie. But with those goblins constantly crawling up from underground and stealing our office supplies, we're never going to be able to meet our milestones. Deal with our little monster issue, and I promise we'll have you writing social media posts faster than you can hit the dabs, or whatever kids your age do.
So I guess you want me to try again?
You guessed right. Hang in there, Jackie. You'll be done with the task before you know it.
Alright, so the dialogue already had some setups for what you can do in the game. Like, you can get tasks from your coworkers, and if you fulfill them, they can become your mentor, and basically they'll give you some kind of perk. But I think we're not quite getting far enough into the game to make use of that.
I kind of dig this because, like, this is giving me big art school vibes, except definitely looks a lot more polished. Art school, I think, wasn't really supposed to be super polished. Yeah, this is cool.
Okay, so now we're going on the first real dungeon run. If I'm successful, it should be 3 regular floors and then the boss.
Okay.
The return of the cat fiend.
Not the cat fiend.
So I can grab all kinds of junk. Most of these electronic devices, they shock the enemies when they break. I'd rather have real weapons. Oh, torch. Fire is really powerful, but also dangerous. So you can set enemies and things on fire, but you can also burn yourself. And you can burn items, so it's kind of a double-edged sword.
Or double-edged stool. You
Well,
know.
it's an effective weapon, apparently. So
you
must
know
be
what?
some
I
matches.
need to ask.
Yeah.
Can you just in this game, right? Like grab stuff and just hit your boss with it, because your boss kind of deserves it.
Well, we could try later. There should be some junk around up in the office.
Ooh.
Okay, none of these items are that good. I think so here's eating food increases your strength, but there's not that much food around. And here's deal extra damage with junk items. I think that's the better one, but they're both not great.
That
There's-
sounds about right.
I
Yeah.
think there's 100 or maybe more skills now.
Ooh.
Here's an optional quest, I guess.
Okay.
In every dungeon, those are different. Ooh, cars! I love the cars. Oh crap! But it's blowing up. So, sadly, when I'm attacking the enemy in the car, I also damage the car. So often it just blows up. But when I do get a car, they're great. I love zipping around in a car.
Oh, you got
Oh,
a
but
job
we've got a-
witch.
We've got a little pogo stick.
Ah,
It's also
yeah.
kind of, also
Can
kind
you
of
jump?
sneaky.
Can you jump on the joblins now, or do you just?
This circle shows the damage area.
That's cool.
Good damage. Oh my gosh, I love this game so much. I love.
Here's a shop in the Joblin environment. That's a cafe, I guess, a coffee shop.
Oh yeah.
What's this? That's the pugilist thing again? No, that's first crit will earn you a buck or two. Oh, that's also not that great. I'll take this one. Fizzle Classic gives me one more heart in total. And then I'm out of money anyway.
Oh man, goblins charge so much. Oh, you got a broom. Yeah.
Yeah, all of these are sadly still junk items and not good weapons. Oh, I'm going backwards. Whoops.
Oh, they are
So-
junk items.
Well, I mean, you do more damage with junk items.
It's true. Oh,
Well,
you
what
just had a lot of coffee.
Yeah, coffee makes you faster, and also makes your attacks faster, which is really useful if you have a heavy weapon. So usually this hammer would take a really long time to wind up.
I just
But like
need
this, like-
this game injected into my body. Like the coffee.
Satisfaction guaranteed.
Agile, faster iteration time and faster dodge rolls.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it only makes the dodge rolls faster. I would hope it also makes me move faster.
Hopefully, yeah. Sharpening
We're
some
slow cooking
techs.
mutton, pushing deadlines.
Yeah, push them.
Classic made up loading text. Okay, here's another one of those optional fights. I'll avoid those. No
It's
money
up to
fighting
you.
here. Move and attack faster. It would be great, but I can't afford it.
Well, maybe you could after you complete that job.
Yeah, after enough.
I mean, we can
hit
try, but
jobs.
I don't think it's worth that much. So these enemies are also themed pretty well. This guy's throwing coffee grenades. Those other guys, they kind of look like food delivery guys with that backpack.
Yeah, like
Okay, there we go.
they're bringing pizza. Okay.
And our big
Delivery for Jackal.
parent company, Cubicle, which I guess kind of is Amazon, is focused on delivering these boxes. So we
Ooh.
get boxes like
Nice.
this pretty often.
You did
And
get
now I've got to
10
read-
bucks out of that.
It's not quite enough to buy anything good from the store, I guess. But now I've got a good club.
Yeah, that is
Ooh,
the
meat.
durability shown at the bottom left 8 there.
Is that... honestly, I've played this game for over 60 hours and I don't know what these numbers mean.
I'll keep a look.
It might be
on
the
it. Oh, you got a
durability, yeah.
stapler.
Yeah, stapler is a You can shoot staples with it.
Okay, that was ammo that went down, and my bet is that you have 2 clips. Yeah.
No, apparently I've had 11 clips. It's not very strong, but it's good to be able to keep your distance. And now it's empty, and it's basically just junk. I can whack the enemies with it.
Okay. Yeah, it just turns red when it's about to break, is what it looks like. So
Yeah,
8
it looks like
might
it's
be
just power.
Power. Yep, how much damage it does, dealing 3 damage every
Ooh.
time you were hitting those guys.
We've got a hidden room here.
Ooh.
So those don't spawn too often. Let's see what's in it. Wow, okay.
Uh-oh, watch out! The coffee's gonna get you.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen this weapon before. So the hidden rooms are already pretty rare. I'm not sure
That's
I've ever
cool.
seen this one, and I've never seen this coffee hammer, coffee clock, whatever.
Yeah, the crash. Caffeine crash, man.
Gonna hit the caffeine with it. Maybe it makes sense. Okay, switch this one. Ah, here's something new. That's here you can get a curse. So you're getting some kind of disadvantage temporarily, and in exchange you get some items. So here for the next 3 combats you must keep moving forward, or if I stand still for a few seconds I'll catch fire. But that's
Okay.
really an easy thing to avoid. So I'll take the exchange. Exiting. Oh, there we already catch fire.
Okay.
Exiting a crawl sets things on fire now.
Ooh.
I haven't showed it off yet, but you can get under tables to hide from enemies, and now if I get out again, they'll explode.
I like this.
I want the car. The cars are my favorite part. I hope I can get this one. Yeah, there we go. Nice.
Oh no! Aha!
There's even different kinds of cars. So
I
it's just
love
the standard
it.
one.
That's
Deal
beautiful.
double damage after being hit. Oh crap, I shouldn't stand still. And that's +1 attack and bigger weapons. I'll take this one. Now my weapons are huge.
Oh yeah.
Alright, and that's the end of the floor again.
Very nice.
The first dungeon shouldn't be too difficult. I'm not sure that I'll make the second one, but probably. Hey, the crash makes a bell tower sound.
Ooh. Yeah, did it?
Ah,
Oh,
I
it
think
makes
it
them
slows down
slow
enemies.
because they're having a
Yeah.
caffeine crash. Yeah. I dig it.
Please leave a review.
Okay, here's a new skill, just an empty heart. Not really a skill, I guess.
I mean, the skill is it takes longer to die. That's a very
Yeah,
useful skill in life.
Good life skill. So I can take my car to the next level, I think. Yeah, there we go. Just slide right in.
Ah, very nice. Oh no!
Oh crap, but now I damaged it.
Yeah, your car is gonna blow up.
Oh, my hammer is enormous now.
It's so big! I mean, hey, that was a good power-up.
Yeah, and it also makes the attack stronger, I think. Okay,
Yay,
what do we
no
have?
more curse.
I mean, that's a really easy curse. I can really live with that. There's way worse. Like
Yeah, I believe it.
the one that saddles you with a huge ball and chain labeled dead.
Uh-oh.
Or one that I've gotten very infrequently, I think I just had that twice so far, is first person view. So the game switches
Oh,
to
no.
first person.
Oh, that's fun!
That's
you
a
got
good
a
one,
car.
but... So in first person you basically have no overview what's happening around you. Let's see if I can get this other car. Yeah, there we go. Now this other car is small and I can even drive it. I flattened it. And I can drive the car.
What? Oh, that is hilarious.
Okay, get out before it blows up.
Yeah.
Get the enemy with it. Very nice. I'm really low on health, but I hope I'll manage. No boxes? Okay.
See,
No
Glitch
delivery.
Witch is hopping in and saying this just looks so good, and I 100% agree. Like,
Yep.
I feel like this is a definite purchase for me.
Yeah, it's really a lot of fun.
Yeah.
There's 3 big dungeons like this one, and I think the one we're not going to get to see is probably my favorite one. That's Winky Dink, which is a startup for a dating app where you can only write emojis.
Oh no!
And the dungeon is themed after hell and, I guess, well, it's fire and ice and demons and succubi. Okay, let's grab some health items. Or maybe,
Yeah.
this one. This is a good... Oh, okay. Talk to him. I want that one. So now I've got a saw blade rotating around me. Which is a bit of an issue because it breaks stuff that I might want, but it's also good to attack enemies.
Yeah,
Okay,
I like it. I'm a fan.
Grab those health power-ups. It's not much, but better than nothing.
Oh yeah. Tempestral says this is how they go to work. I love it.
Alright, so that's the floors taken care of. Next up is... So on the boss floor there's a shop, and... Okay, I don't have a lot of money. We'll see. And then there's a boss. The caffeine is pretty easy, so that shouldn't be a big problem.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, and here's some meat, that's good. A little bit of health there. Can I afford anything? Well, not really. Just a weapon, but I don't need that.
Yeah, you've
Alright.
already. You can use junk. You're good at junk. Uh-oh. Oh no, this is Corndan.
I thought there would be dialogue, but no, okay. But yeah, we've met the caffeine, and he's got a big coffee press on his back,
Oh yeah.
which goes directly into his body.
Oh man, it's a French press. You know, if they could hook me up to a French press like that, I'd be happy.
We'll get to see him use the press pretty soon, I guess.
Yeah, I love the flavor of French press. So good. Uh-oh.
And now his eyes go all big and googly-eyed.
See, the unfortunate thing is that caffeine doesn't, like, give me energy at all, so I just have to like things for the taste. And luckily, French pressed is amazing. It's so good.
So after these dashes, he's knocked out for a bit. And I can wait
Yeah.
on him.
Poor sleepy guy. Uh-oh.
Okay, almost done.
Ha!
There we go.
He is so dead. Yeah.
Grrr. Small-minded, uncaffeinated human intern. The setback will not stop us. We will eliminate all blockers and complete the job. And after this job, another and another. A joblin's work is never done. Do not think you can derail us with your naivety and lack of hustle. Enjoy your victory, human intern. It will be your last.
Oh, goodbye, boss.
Boss dismissed, like a Dark Souls boss. And now we get
I
the
heard the
mana
bell.
press. An elixir to prevent exhaustion. Permanently increase your max health. So that's a successful dungeon run, and at the end of each successful or failed run there's an evaluation. You get some experience. You can buy skills with that, I think. Unlock them.
Okay.
And you're
Aw.
also well, not really leveling up. You're basically acquiring these skills. When you're at 100%, you can pick it as a starter skill. You get one skill you can start with.
Cool. I like it. Oh,
It's you, bro.
you made it all the way this time, didn't you? I know a satisfied intern when I see one.
I sure did. Beat up the boss and everything. I've gotta admit, you were right, Marv. Making it all the way down there was frustrating, but I can't help but feel proud now that I've finally done it. By the end, I was even having a little fun. But don't get me wrong, I'm glad to be done with the dungeon so I can move on to my real internship.
Real internship?
Yeah, the real one, the marketing one, the one I applied for the field I have a degree in.
Oh, that's right. Silly me. It's just, you're so good at killing those monsters, you could have convinced me it was your real job. It'll almost be a shame to assign you to a boring old marketing position. Anyways, you got the relic, right?
The what? Oh, you mean this thing? Yeah, I think the boss was guarding it.
Oh, splendid! Give it here, quickly! It's magnificent! I'd only heard rumors whispered in the corners of entrepreneurship forums.
What is it anyway? I thought my job was just to clear out the monsters.
Of course, defeating the monsters is important, yeah. But now that we have proof of the relic's existence, well, that changes everything. This, Jackie, is the mana press. The story goes that its arcane caffeine synthesizing powers the employees at Joblin LLC were able to work longer and more efficiently than any of their industry competitors, driving their startup to massive success. If you thought Fizzle Beverages was successful now, just wait until you see what our team can accomplish once we install this beauty.
Are you sure that's a good idea? The workers down there seemed less than healthy.
Jackie, there goes your closed-mindedness again. You really need to start thinking like an entrepreneur. Just because a startup went downhill eventually doesn't mean they didn't have some great ideas or powerful magical artifacts behind them. There's always lessons to be learned, even from failure.
That's not really what I was...
Now behold!
Wow, I feel kinda tingly.
I think you mean productive. And I've got more good news too. When the cleaning crew was sweeping up late last night, they uncovered a new slide to a cryptocurrency startup. Oh no. And get this, the screams of the undead have been emanating from it all morning. Isn't that fantastic? There's gotta be a relic down there.
Reanimated corpses and cryptocurrency. I honestly can't decide which is worse.
Hurry up and start working on that next dungeon, and I give you my word I'll have a chat with Avi about getting you on the marketing team straight away.
But you told me. I'll get right on it, sir.
It is a crypt. Thanks for this meeting, everyone. Mandatory. During today's stand-up, we have the rare pleasure of being joined by the founder of Fizzle himself.
The founder.
Give it up for Raymond.
Kapow! What's jamming, rockstars?
Yay! Yay!
That's the kind of good vibe I'm talking about. Just raise fine though, remember, we're all buddies here. As you all know, Fizzle Beverages was recently acquired by Cubicle, the world leader in machine learning and drone shipping operations. Now we have more money than we can possibly spend. This is the end game every entrepreneur dreams of, shabam! But it'd be a mega waste if we slept on Cubicle's super rad tech and didn't integrate it into our even super radar projects of our own, right? With that in mind, I'll pass the mic to our very own smart office, Avi. Yo Avi, please tell us about the new product.
Hello, friends. Isn't the weather decent today? After testing over 10,200,000,000,000 scenarios in my official cubicle model universe, I have determined the most effective business decision for Fizzle with a shrewdness index of over 5.03. Raymond, drum roll, please. Announcing Fizzgo, the Fizzle companion app. By making use of Cubicle's bleeding edge user forward data cloud, customers will be able to track their Fizzle consumption and have new flavors recommended to them and share their Fizzle experiences to our new built-in social network. Wow, sounds like everything I hate. Yo, Avi, please tell me I've got nothing to do with this project.
Marv, who is this negative Natalie in the back?
That's your lead software engineer, sir.
Well, I've got good news for you. I'm officially pivoting the entire Fizzle development team to work on Fizzgo, starting today. That's good news, right? What were you upset about again?
Are you kidding me? The whole team? Who's going to maintain the website or our internal tools?
Not about squirrels, baby. I'm sure the programmers will figure it out. With all the hella dope 10x's on this team, I'm 200% sure you can crush this without breaking a sweat. Alright, anyone else have any questions? Preferably ones that aren't total bombers.
Will this affect the flavors?
Of course not, Fern. I know the flavies are your babies, bro. I could never rob you of control over what you're passionate about. Sounds like it's all smooth sailing then. Ba-boom.
I'll distribute some company phones right away so everyone can help beta test the app. It'll be just like a fun group project.
You're all a team. Isn't everything like a group project?
That's the spirit, Jackie. Everyone will have their part to play in Fizzco's development, from the engineers who make it to everyone else who gives unsolicited feedback at all hours of the day.
Heck yeah, brother. I knew I picked the right project manager. I'd high-five all of you, but I totally tweaked my wrist playing e-tennis. You'll just have to imagine it.
That concludes today's stand-up, everyone. Don't forget to check the employee kiosk for your new tasks. Don't forget to check your butt on my foot, Marv. Oh my
Right, so
gosh.
now we can find apps in the dungeon, which are like temporary skills, I guess.
Yeah, the thing that you really do not want in an office is everyone being able to give you feedback about things. That is never a good thing.
Yeah, so that doesn't work. I can't hit anyone here.
Oh
apparently. So here, now I could pick up tasks from the people, and if I make them, then I can set them as mentors, but that's not going to work out time-wise. And here I can unlock some skills that will show up in the dungeons. And I think I can probably afford all of them now.
Yeah, you're rich.
Because we did good things.
Rich in experience. Let's see. Okay, I don't have any skills leveled up enough to set them here as a start skill, so I guess I'll just get going on Stixcoin.
Oh baby, let's go. Trimming the fat. Yeah, get rid of those fats.
Moisturizing the invisible hands, I like that one.
Ooh. Kind of creepy.
And Stixcoin's logo is the cool S, and I like that.
Oh, it's the 90s S, yeah.
Yeah.
And Stixcoin, because it's cryptocurrency mining, is of course
It's a mine with the undead. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Those minecarts are pretty powerful if I can hit somebody with it. There we go.
Bam!
So does every level have its own currency? Like here you're picking up Stixcoin.
Exactly. This stage has two currencies. Only the Stixcoin dungeon.
I mean, I would expect it to, right? Like.
Okay, eating
That's
food
so
increases
good.
strength. And that one, a shocking response to taking damage. That's a useful one. If you get hit, you shock the enemy. I can break this if I have a club-like weapon, but I guess I don't have any.
Oh no.
And then I would get some Stixcoin from it. So when we get to a shop, you'll see that there's basically two sides to the shop, and in one you buy with Stixcoin, and in the other you buy with real money. Kind of inconvenient, I guess, but that's probably the point.
Yeah, slightly, yeah.
I kind of love it.
I love it. It's great.
There we go. That's the
Also,
shop.
how much money you're oh my gosh, and they're so expensive too. It's perfect.
And it's either the same guy or two brothers or something. I don't know. They're probably joking about that. And you can convert Stixcoin to real money, but that wouldn't help. I can't afford anything anyway.
Yeah, I love that somebody asked if the value of Stixcoin. Oh, it's like the river Styx. Oh, I love it even more. Which makes sense with the undead theme.
Yeah, I think the boss ties into that. So here's the optional quest for this kind of dungeon. You pick up Stixcoin, and the more you pick up, the better the the box you'll get afterwards.
Yeah, you got a lot of the Styx coins. Good job.
Your order has been delivered.
Oh, and we've got milk.
Oh,
Which-
that's from Ernest Scared Stupid.
The Skelecaster?
No, that has Miak, not Melk. Never mind.
I always think of The Simpsons with Mark with A.
Probably so, yeah.
But what that gives you is armor. So on the top left you can see this shield icon, which is kind of like health, except you can't regenerate it. And I've got the sus hammer now. Either when it breaks or when I do a fully charged attack, like it just blows up.
Oh no, Styx Road. Why?
And I have my first app.
I
It's a
love
really
this.
good one. I've got the I forgot what it's called, but it's a cryptocurrency car. It's a temporary car that I can just get out if I need it.
Nice. Oh my gosh, the minecart is too good.
I really like this clapping guy here. He's I think he's giving the enemies armor. He's buffing them basically. But what I like about him is so all the other enemies are usually named after their role. There's a prospector and a black hat and so on. But
Yeah.
this guy, that's Josh Patella. There's not just one of those. There's
I
just like with the other
Josh.
enemies, you can meet them again and again, but it's just Josh Patella, and he's a evangelist or something. And yeah, what he does is clap, and apparently it motivates people and gives them armor. It's a kind of buff.
That's musical, magical. That's good. That's good stuff.
Thankfully, he can't attack, so I can just wail on him. Get something better.
You mean you're just gonna light him on fire?
Yeah, when it works. So fire can be super useful, but it burns everything, so I don't want to set any good items on fire.
Makes
Okay, that's not a good
sense.
weapon to break this. There we go. Oh, and there's a stock ticker on the wall. One of those
Oh jeez.
details.
Yeah, how's GameStop doing?
Overhealing grants armor. That's not really that useful because I don't actually manage to overheal that often. My health is usually kind of scarce. Or your critical hits electrocute enemies. That's the better one probably. And so yeah, it's a mine, but it's also a kind of server center. And I guess real mines might be used as that.
Eh.
Here's no, that guy broke it. That's too bad. I wanted to show something off with that. So weapons and junk items can have attributes like it can be faster or can have longer durability, or the most interesting attribute it can have is it can be smart, which means if you throw it at an enemy, it will keep jumping at that enemy, so it will basically attack by itself.
Okay. Cool. Oh no,
Come on,
poor
put 'em down
skelly
that bed.
head.
Oh, you've got a curse again. Let's see what it is. Oh, that's a bad one. I'm not taking that one because that one's awful.
You will
you
pay
get
the price for higher education.
You get a super heavy ball
real
and
cheap.
chain, and you have to
Oh, yeah.
either carry it around, or you can only move in the range of the chain, and that's really bad for combat. That was
Yeah.
never useful for me.
Yeah.
That always kills me. Okay, now we can maybe afford some stuff. Do I even want anything? Maybe a heart.
You just
really
took a
human heart.
heart? That is
Yeah, well they
cruel.
sold it, so why not?
Well, they sold it. Yeah, okay.
So this is something they added in a recent update. You can buy an empty business card here, and if you finish an enemy off with it, then you get a business card and you can fill out your Rolodex here with those business cards. That's an optional task that they added in a recent update. A month or two ago, they had this big update called the Work From Home update.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's very
Aw.
topical. Oh, here's a good app, but I guess I'll use my car first. So here's the cryptocurrency car. Oh, we've got a big power loader.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's the cryptocurrency car, and now I've got an app that if I activate it, everything in my direct vicinity becomes smart and starts attacking enemies. So that's a very useful emergency app to have.
That is
We've
great.
got a money gun.
Oh
I
man,
think
it's
I
like
don't
the
get
gun
the money
that they
that I'm
have
firing.
Nailed it. It's a good gun.
Okay, that guy's on fire. So those power loaders have a lot of different attacks. He can throw dynamite, he can smash the ceiling so that it drops rocks. Those are pretty dangerous. But they do drop this drill, which is a pretty useful weapon. Because you can use it continuously. So you can just run at enemies. That's also a neat detail. Probably a startup joke, these climbing
The
walls.
climbing wall.
Yeah. Okay, we've just got some of these miners around, that shouldn't be too bad. Getting kinda low on health. Crap. Okay, there, at least some armor. That one gives me longer invincibility after I'm hit.
I mean, that sounds pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, but I have to get hit first, so it's not that good, I guess.
Eh.
Okay, level 3 already. I just have to survive this one, and then we'll at least get to the boss. Oh, chain chomps. Those are dangerous.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that... Oh, he's got a square head and he makes cute sounds. I love him.
Thankfully, he's chained, but his chain can break, and it did break now, and then they're extra dangerous because they're really fast.
Oh yeah.
Remember, Cubicle
Okay,
loves
some more
meat.
armor. That's
I
good.
remember.
Low chance to heal when you defeat an enemy. Healing would be good, but low chance, I don't know. Move and attack faster. I think that's the more effective one now.
Okay. I love
You've
your
got this-
Giga drill. It's good. Ah, the rock climbing wall. Yeah. Pillar. This is the employee workout room. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does look like one. Okay, I hope they've got some healing items here. Stick bar, let's get that one. And maybe I can get the avocado toast, a delicious alternative to home ownership. Let's see, no, it's not quite enough. I need $4 more, but I can come back. Oh, little bottle. So if I take this, then I have to fight some enemies, but I hope it'll work out fine. We'll see who comes out. That's a hacker, he mostly does debuffs, basically.
Okay.
Oh, guess I did get him somehow, didn't notice. Give me the milk.
Oh, no bad.
I'm pretty high on health now, and armor, so
Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
be okay. Any money around? I'd really like to go back to the shop. Maybe in one of those vases? No. I think once I... Oh, I thought that's the end already. Okay, but then it's not the end, so I should be able to go back.
Yeah, if you get any money here, that'd be great.
Come down there. Okay, I don't need another business card. I'm still holding on to mine. Yeah, no money around. Okay. So that's the last room of this floor already. If I activate the slide, then I can't go back to the shop. So yeah, doesn't look like I've got enough.
We missed out on avocado toast.
Yeah. Well, it's either that or it's either that or home ownership. You have to decide.
Well, I definitely decided on homeownership.
Good job, Corndan. Mr. I don't like toast. I don't like avocados.
Well, I mean, you can put other delicious things on toast,
Oh.
like eggs.
There we go. That's
Ooh,
the business
eggs
card
on
finish.
toast. Okay, never mind.
Okay. So now we're free to head to the boss.
Cubes make everything better.
Okay, I've got some money, but yeah, no, the way back is blocked.
Yeah, that's fine.
break
There
kits deal
might
more
be something
damage.
soon.
Okay.
Avocado bagel? No, bagels are already a little squishy, and then putting squish on squish. I mean, if you toast the bagel, maybe.
I can't get any more sticks coins, so I can't afford any of these. Bomb dropper is good. Should I get some healing? No, I'll get the bomb dropper. I think that's when you roll. Yeah, you drop bombs. Okay, and I could have not enough for any of these. Alright, so here's the next boss. This is Hustle Bones.
Hustle bones. Oh no, gonna do the hustle.
This is a bit of a longer boss fight.
Yeah,
if you've done some, when you do some damage to him, he'll retreat to his couch throne back there and send out some goons.
Honestly, he should probably just stay behind the velvet rope. Like I would, if I were a boss, I wouldn't go and put myself in danger, you know?
I mean, look, if you had a velvet rope, you would just be in it anyway.
Rope. Rope, pa. Why would I be in a velvet robe? I don't
If you had a
like...
velvet robe, you would be in a velvet robe anyway.
No, I don't want a velvet robe. I don't like the feel of velvet on my skin. Not a fan. I'm not George Costanza, okay?
What about velour?
Oh my gosh. I don't even know what that feels like.
Zap Brannigan swears by it.
Well, so I hear. But no, like, velvet clothing sounds like some of the worst possible thing that I could have. Yeah, I know. And velvet bed sheets? No, I'd rather vomit. Have that as my bed sheet.
I'm imagining that like polyester, so it's very, very smooth, I guess. And I don't like polyester.
It's not really smooth. Like, I don't know, it's smooth one direction and very rough the other direction.
Okay. Oh, that's the hacker.
Yeah.
One of his things. Now I can only see myself and the enemies. So one of the really fun things that we're not going to get to see in the third dungeon, there's another vehicle that's basically like the Kuribo's shoe from Mario Bros. 3. So it's
my gosh.
It's a big boot you sit in and hop around in.
Oh, I love it.
That's also a really fun one.
Oh, this guy.
So I don't think we talked about it. The other app you picked up, right? What's that do?
It makes objects in the environment smart. So I'm going to use it when the next goon squad comes up.
Okay.
It's probably more effective there. So it makes all the affected objects smart, and they immediately start attacking all the enemies. Constantly running out of weapons here, but that's normal. That's how most boss fights go.
It's kind of cool.
Okay,
I like it.
Still doing pretty well on health. Okay, there we go. Where are some free standing objects? Let's get these. So they immediately broke, sadly, but yeah, they just start jumping at enemies. That's a good emergency thing to get everyone off your back.
I like it. I like it.
There's quite a few apps, and there's also Fizzle. So if you pick Fern as your mentor, the big guy,
Yeah.
then instead of apps you can find cans of Fizzle, and you can also, if you trigger them, one sets enemies on fire, another one freezes them, stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
And the difference to apps is that you can have more than one can of Fizzle, so I think you can have up to 12 stacked. And there's Fizzle vending machines around where you can buy them.
I mean,
There we
this
go.
sounds like Fern is the best mentor.
Well, what do the other ones do? It depends. So
That frickin' hurt.
you can level up the mentors and then you get more perks. So what I really like is Ray, the founder. His highest perk is you get his car at the start of every dungeon, which is a big and fast and pretty durable car. So that's a really good one.
Ooh, okay.
Anyway,
good.
so
Frickin' hurt, bro. Even these tough bones have their limit. Why all the violence anyway? There's plenty of Styx coin to go around.
I'd never even heard of Styx coin before I came down that slide. All I want is your relic, dude.
You sure I can't buy you off? Styx is valuable, yo. Value's gonna skyrocket any day now. We're all gonna be riding
My
jobs on
God.
the moon, bro.
Oh my
The
god.
Job is the name of the normal car,
I love it.
like Saab, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find it hard to believe. You've been down here how long already? I think I'll just take what I came for and get out, thanks.
Suit yourself, no coiner. You'll be kicking yourself in a few years. The rest of us are all balling out in Neo Hawaii, and you're still working your crummy day job.
Boss dismissed, and we're getting the next relic, the Grim Ledger. An ancient tome containing all transactions.
Aha! And on to the ladder. I think that's time then, huh?
Yeah,
You were a good intern. Good job. Although I'm
I
not sure
thankfully
you
didn't-
really resolved very many conflicts there.
well,
I mean, what with all the
everyone
murder?
everyone I killed isn't going to object, so that's less conflict.
Oh, that's true. Good point. How goes the dungeoneering, Jackie?
Tiring, painful, you know, the usual. I got your cursed thing or whatever. Do you even
David-
want to ask what
Oh.
this one does?
Only if you like productivity. This relic is known as the Grim Ledger. My gosh. With this, our company will be able to harness the power of the blockchain.
Whoa, what's that?
It's an emergent technology at the cutting edge of synergy disruption.
What does it like do though?
It's pretty high-level stuff, Jackie. Do you need me to define some of these terms?
No, I understood the words, they just don't really mean anything.
Well, let's see if you still feel that way once we get this relic up and running. Behold! Hey, I mean, at least we moved on from big data, right?
I really don't feel any different. Are you sure this one actually does anything?
Yes, of course it does. It blocks chains. It blockchains.
I'm gonna get back to work.
Sounds like a plan, Jackie. Good luck on that final dungeon. Oh,
yeah,
apparently
that
big
was-
data is still here. Yeah, I think that's about all that we have for this game then.
Yep, that was 2 out of 3 dungeons. There's a third one that's also really good. And that's not even half of the game then. So
Wait.
there's a big twist, and then you're basically fighting through modified versions of the 3 dungeons again.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, I need to play this game. Absolutely. Don't spoil the twist for me, though. Yeah, this is on my list of games I need to buy stat now. So, mooware, I love this. This was fantastic.
This is wonderful.
Yeah, I love it too. It's super charming and well written, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but it really goes places. especially the ending.
Well, yeah, it goes in the basement. Oh, well, mooware, what else are you doing these days? Anything exciting going on?
Well, I think I'm streaming a bit more recently. A bit more recently, I mean. So I've played some indie games. I'm in speed seasons. I think that was mentioned recently.
Oh yeah.
So that's this speedrunning competition that's featured on GDQ sometimes, where every 2 weeks there's a new game to learn, and then there's a race after 2 weeks. So I'll probably do some practice for that too. The current game is Katamari Damacy.
Oh
That's a good one.
yeah.
Ooh.
That will be a lot of fun. Yeah. So everybody, that's what mooware is doing right now. Go check out Speed Seasons over at GDQ's channel. Otherwise, thank you so much. Have a good evening/morning, depending on where you are.
Yeah, it's 3 a.m. So,
Oh, geez.
Oh no.
Do you get to go to
it's
sleep
my
now?
normal. Well, no, that's my normal waking hours, honestly.
Oh, it worked. Oh, geez. Yeah. Go and do something fun, okay, mooware?
Alright,
All right.
thanks
See
for
you.
having me. See ya.
Yeah. Well, everybody, this is Don't Make Us Bored, Brossentia and Corndan's Variety Show. We have had 3 really fun games so far, and trust me, I'm not bored at all. And I have a feeling
No, and we're getting to the best one of the night.
so I've heard, which I know NPC gifted me a copy of this game, and I said I will play it, and then I haven't played it.
Because you are a jerk.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm a jerk. Well,
You don't need to apologize to me. You should apologize to NPC.
Trust me, I do all the time. Well, I'm going to go ahead and run a quick little ad, and then we will be right back with more Don't Make Us Bored. So don't go anywhere, everybody. We'll be right back. Well, hello everybody, welcome on back to Don't Make Us Bored. I'm gonna hop on over to the Red Room to talk to NPC and Corndan. Hello there, NPC.
Hey bro, how you doing?
I'm doing great, and I'm so excited for this game. Quick question for you. Is this going to be 4x3 or 16x9? Does it get wide after a while?
No, it's gonna stay. All that black is gonna stay black.
Perfect. Okay, I'll go ahead and capture for that then. So how are you doing?
I'm a little tired, but I think I have enough energy to get me through Zadette.
Well, good. Good. Yeah, I'm a little bit tired as well. I have a headache and blah, 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 but it's not too bad. I'll deal. And I'll deal for Zadette. So what difficulty are we going with for this? Are you gonna...
There is no difficulty. I just have it on options because I don't want it to go through the demo screen because I don't want to spoil anything. How blind are you to Zadette?
I have seen 1 or 2 advertisements and that's it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Then it was smart to keep it blind.
Yeah, because I'm gonna keep this right here until we are ready to go, and then I'll give you countdown.
Okay, give me a second, and we are almost ready to go live. Now, for those who are, oh my gosh, go away, Mario. For those who are watching, don't make us bored. If you want to come and play a game on this channel, you are more than welcome to. You can submit a speed run, a high score attempt. You can submit a game that you don't play very well, but you just love because you want to show it off. We have had a lot of beautiful games lately. What?
And it's just gonna be beautiful right here.
Well, I mean, based off of this music,
It's great, isn't it?
pretty fartastic.
It is wonderful.
Yeah, I think the people that made this were inspired or used the Genesis chip to make this music.
I wouldn't be surprised if they used, like, there are definitely options out there to make music that sounds like the Genesis. So yeah, I could completely believe that. Well, I'm trying to think, what else do we have right now? Nothing, because we've got Zadette. It is bright, and let me reset the timer, and I think
I feel sorry. Somebody in chat is saying my ears are not a fan of this. Well,
too bad.
I'm a fan of this.
Oh, same.
Exactly.
And I have a feeling that maybe the in-stage music might be like less farty, or more farty but pleasurable farts. I'm ready whenever you are, NPC. Things look good, and we are ready to go.
Alrighty. So we will start in 3, 2, 1, go. So here is our hero Zadette.
Hi, Zadette.
Yep. And here is the great map of Zadette. As you can see, all expense was spent on this map.
Spared no expense.
Now look at the majesty of this sprite.
It's so
It's
good.
so perfect.
And all you left-handed people, Zadette is left-handed, so I hope you appreciate that.
That's so good.
Yeah, the funny thing is that the hitbox on that sword is big, but not big enough, sadly. So that means it's the perfect size, but we'll get into that. So this is level 1. This is just giving you your basics on, platforming and big sprites.
Yeah. I mean, it did what the TurboGrafx did. Thank you, Zadette.
So we are doing real gamer %, which means I have to collect those in every stage. So that we can play the true final boss.
It's worth it for the true final boss.
Yeah, hopefully the final boss doesn't give me too much of a headache so that we can actually show that. Because he's like the only part of this game that's really RNG. But also, how do you appreciate this music?
I really dig it. It's definitely what I was hoping for.
So here's our first boss, which is that.
I love it. I love it so much.
So yeah, there's a specific way you're supposed to go at this, and we're trying to push him as far back as we can. Because there's a specific reason, and I'll show it. But this guy takes about 40 hits to destroy, and this is our first boss.
Okay.
So he just dropped spikes. One thing I didn't actually show because I was doing it way too well was that it is a very tight window to jump over those spikes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
but because I'm going fast,
Oh no!
yep, and that will go on to the next stage. So there are some bosses you can kill yourself really quickly, and it'll end the fanfare, and you can go on to the next stage.
I love it.
So it's like one of those weird speed strats that I discovered. So this is Swamp, and so we have tentacles to deal with.
Oh.
And, yeah, this is basically enjoy all the jumping noises that we make.
They're good. They're good noises, Brent.
Oh, okay, you were supposed to come at me, Orb.
Well,
So Jeff, how has Zadette never been on the show before? Because the only person that's willing to put it on the show is NPC.
well, also because it's a fairly new game.
It is fairly
Uh-oh.
new, yeah.
Tentacle, it's coming.
Couple
I
weeks
love how
old,
angry you
I
look.
think,
You're just
a month
so
old.
angry.
Yeah, so it came out March 1st. And
Okay, so like a month and a half.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yay!
That's what was supposed to happen.
It's
I
on
generally-
Steam.
Yeah, it's on Steam. It's like $6.
Yeah, NPC bought it for me, and you know what? I 100% want to play this and beat it on stream. I just haven't had time yet.
That's why. I'm not gonna try for it. I'm not gonna try for it. I don't trust it. Well, this is if you're good enough, you can. If you're very fast, you can actually skip the cycle and just go past that.
Yeah,
And there's our next hidden guy up there.
I love it. Oh, that sound effect is so loud. Just.
Yeah, and they get a little bit more hidden better throughout each level, but nothing terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So did you find them on accident on your
Wow.
first playthrough?
No, I was able to find them all pretty much. So I basically, whoops, wait a sec. I did not. I had a feeling I screwed that up, and I did not want to redo the entire level
That is fair.
because they basically the checkpoints are the level and the boss. Okay, I'm trying to get 4 cycles of 5 hits, and so getting hit 4 and 5 is a tight window.
Ah! I got scared.
Nice.
Yeah. It's like, I tried not to hit it early, but I don't trust myself sometimes.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I almost
Same.
screwed that up, too. Okay, let's do this. There we go.
Yeah, he's dead. Uh-oh, here we go.
Yeah, that doesn't actually speed up anything, but
Well, it's just fun to do.
yeah, it's just fun to do.
This game is too good. Oh, the spikes. Uh-oh.
Now we have retractable spikes.
No, those are terrible.
Yeah, they're not so bad. And then we have the blue snakes, which are the stupidest thing, and they're what makes this game stupid hard for the wrong reason.
Yeah, I really.
Because if you miss, they'll just go back, and so you just have to, wait till they get close up to you.
Yeah.
I was trying to see if you could get 2 hits at one with them, but you can't. Okay. So now you can see down there, there's our hidden guy. So I'm going to try and get 2 hits per descent.
There we go.
Did I
So
get it?
Tempest, you did.
I heard it.
Did I get this?
I s-
No.
So
Leap of-
Tempest,
I was just going to try that one time. Leap of Faith is so hard to do, but it's really rewarding if you pull it off.
I just love how violent the death is. Just blood everywhere.
Yeah, but there's some things I like trying to do in this game, and that's like one of like a couple of skips that you can do in this game. I have tried to map this out for speed as much as I can.
Oh yeah, I believe it. You submitted this to GDQ, didn't you?
Yeah.
Good.
It's like, I don't know if they'll accept it because
How could they not accept this? I mean, look.
Okay, let's see.
Look, they accepted Homie D Clown last year.
Yep, they sure did.
So I'm sure they'll accept this.
If I see this accepted, I'll just laugh my butt off. Okay. So now we're gonna have some more retractable spikes.
Oh.
Yeah, he just makes the best noises.
Yeah, he's good.
So now I gotta get the timing on this right.
Oh, fun.
It's not bad. I just do it for speed.
So
Go ahead.
right. Oh, chat saying right. They regretted accepting Homie D Clown. I don't think they did.
No, I don't think they did.
Regret's
either.
a strong word, yeah. It's more like they got
Right.
what they expected.
Kizaron might have regretted it, but I don't think GDQ did.
Yeah, and I feel like that's Kizaron's problem, not ours.
That reminds me, I am going to.
What? You're going to what?
I need to message that developer bro and see how the hell Homie came about.
Yeah, it would be interesting. Uh-oh. There you go.
Okay. Now, what good game would not include a minecart section?
Oh no! Why? Oh, better kill the secret face.
Yeah. And then we're gonna jump on and... So if you move left, everything moves slow, but if you move right, everything moves fast. So you have this weird parallax scrolling in the background.
Yeah. This isn't quite how things should work.
What are you talking about? It's working fine.
Yeah, at least the parallax scrolling is in the right direction.
Yeah. I mean, it's not Jim Power.
It's close enough though. I'm sad that 3D glasses won't make it look better. And that was the one hit I was very worried about. So
Yeah, you're doing pretty okay. Pretty good.
But yeah, I'm gonna concentrate a little bit because I just never trust orbs. Yeah, there's a lot of orbs. So now we're coming up upon the duos. There's a group of 2 gears.
I love this so much.
Okay, here we go.
Very nice. Uh-oh. Boss time. I'm so glad you can swing the sword while jumping.
Yeah, it's very hard to get used to, but it saves so much time.
I just got back. What am I watching?
Oh no!
I did it too early, my bad.
That's all
You're
good.
watching Zadette.
Yes, this is Zadette. The best game released this year.
Yeah, this is gonna win all the awards that Hades got last year.
Yeah.
Exactly. See, Bro knows how great this game is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've seen the whole game. I know how good the game is.
I just love that, like, even though you're a giant man, and all you do is walk a little bit to the left and the right and swing your sword, it still is challenging. Oh, you're dead.
Yes, but I still beat the level, and that's what counts.
Yeah.
Now, this is the hardest level in the game, so I'm as hard as the level can be, I'll just say. Look at the sprite work on these bats.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, you can see they spared no expense.
No expense. You know, been a little while since I've seen a sprite that had that much white on the edge since... I don't know how long it's been. But it's...
Yeah, that was an enemy. So yeah, there's a lot of platform riding, a lot of bats
The bats are the best. The bats are
So good. Oh, the animation is perfect because it's barely there. Oh,
Like, so this is one of those games that, you know, everyone's been like, so, you know, when are you gonna, you know, when are people gonna give this out for Kuso Grande, right? And I'm really torn because the game I think is too good for Kuso Grande, even though it's like intentionally that sort of game.
well, it definitely is. Okay. Here's the deal. I do think this is Kusoge. It's intentional.
Yeah, it's an homage. It's basically an homage to games like Raston and
yeah. I feel like
Sword
it
of
is
Sedan.
appropriate. Yeah.
And it's even listed on the Steam page that Sword of Sedan is an inspiration. So it is not me making that up.
Oh, apparently Mike has received a gamer certification from this game. That's nice.
Yes. So this is a hard jump. I'm just gonna make sure I get to the edge. There you go. Okay.
Such a hard
Now, bro,
jump.
are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for this boss?
Yes, I'm
Oh,
watching the
this is the
screen.
best.
I'm ready.
Okay.
What is... No! Oh, illegal. Illegal, illegal.
Isn't he lovely, bro?
No, I think that if I saw this at an adoption agency, I'd pass.
Would you?
I'd just go elsewhere. Like, nope, your babies are messed up.
Yeah, but that is a face for sure.
Yeah.
And trying to get that boss was a little bit of work, but it was fun.
Oh, you're flying! Yes! Of course,
I'm
there's
gonna
a
see if I
flying
can...
section.
Hold on, I want to show some of this. Oh, dang it.
So you gotta try again.
You can
got
try
time.
it again, that's
No,
fine.
no, no.
We've got
Wait,
time.
the thing is that I messaged the creators that I was doing this for Don't Make Us Bored. They have fixed the flying around when you're dead in this level.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it made me so sad because it's like one of the best things in my opinion. But, I mean...
So you had to try it just to
I'm
see
sorry.
if they unfixed it?
My very favorite thing in here is not the bats. It's the snakes on flying boats.
Yeah, they're so
Wow.
cute.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, like at least the bats make sense, right? You're in a flying level. The bats make sense. They're flying bats, of course, right? But snakes in flying boats.
I love how you have to think, like, not how you would normally attack with a sword, but just how, you know, you can get a hitbox to appear. You have to think hitboxes rather than how a sword works.
Yeah. Okay, so I got through the hard part, but there's still plenty to kill me in this level. So,
Okay.
right here I'm gonna call a bat so that I can kill it and then just hang out here for a little bit. So now we are in the Gauntlet of Gears.
Uh-oh. Gears, buzzsaws, whatever. Either way, they kill you.
Yeah, everything's one hit in this game, as you've seen plenty of times already.
Well, yeah, you know, they gotta make it hard in order to extend the game length for people, you know?
Come on, Snake.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
I love that Mike is talking about how precise this is. And
It
is.
It is. It's like, I'm making it look really good right now.
Oh, the background, it's not even like, it doesn't wrap correctly. That you can see the seam between as it scrolls.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Dude, your hurt box is painfully accurate in the answer? Not really.
So this is the easiest level where we're basically fighting all the enemies we've fought in this game. So we're starting with level 1 snakes,
Yeah.
alongside level 1 spikes.
So people are asking, is Zadette the country? Zadette is the country, Zadette is the guy, Zadette is the game.
Yeah, Zadette
Yes!
Zadette is everything.
Oh, perfect. Oh, I hate that in Sword of Sedan there's a Brodan, and that
Yeah, Shardan and Brodan, I think.
it's so dumb.
So what you're saying, it's by our powers combined?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay. So we're gonna come up against the bats now.
Uh-oh. Here they are.
The bats make me
Oh,
laugh
their
every time they
faces,
show
like
up.
the mouth. It's-
Yeah,
I'm
it's
trying
all
to
of it.
figure out the anatomy for this bat. I love that you can recognize that it's a bat, but I can't explain why. Because it
You
just
just
like the more I look at it, the less it looks like a bat.
But you still know it's a bat.
But yeah, I still know it's a bat.
The face on Toads.
It's so good.
okay. So are you ready for the final boss?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Now this guy takes a ton of hits, so I'm going to concentrate
Okay.
so I don't have to like overcycle this sucker. It takes about 70 hits, and I wish I was exaggerating on that. It's like
That's
70
not
or
really
80
a
hits.
surprise. Based off of the genre.
I hate that so much.
I love that you can attack from the right side.
Oh, yeah.
It's perfect. Yeah, I think this is some sort of brain lord or something. I love the
Probably
flashing
also-
eyes.
Probably also named Zadette.
I hope so.
Yeah, I slowed down there because I keep dying to that left projectile for some stupid reason.
Yeah, I mean, better to lose 1 second than to lose like a
3
minute.
minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta step back a little bit. But yeah, you can go most of the way and just attack.
So, did NPC ever get a good submission video of this? Yes.
Yes. As much as Zadette was making sure it wasn't happening. There you go.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
But this is the first part.
Uh-oh. There's a second phase?
Yes.
Yeah, second phase is the reason why the estimate is so high.
Oh, no.
What time is it right now?
2058.
What?
21.
2058.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we basically have to fight everything he spawns. And it is random. Meaning there are enemy patterns that are impossible to deal with.
Actually legit impossible.
It feels like it, yes. Because this is why I said that blue snakes were the worst. Is because any time a blue snake pops up, pray. Because you have to kill them, but they're going to keep coming at you.
Yeah,
At
that
the same time that the lightning's coming at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got one more 4 count to happen. Okay. Okay, I need to pray right now because we're about to come up on a 10 count. So give me a sec while I hope. Okay, we got it. We did it.
Oh, nice. Holy cow, first try, NPC.
First, yeah, I was shocked. I was shocked. First try, is lucky. But case ending part.
Was that time?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, look, it's Zadette.
No, this is real gamer percent. We have to fight the true final boss.
Ooh. This
To be-
music is ridiculous.
To be fair, that wasn't honestly that far off your current record.
Well, if I do super well on the final boss, then it will be record.
Oh,
But
right,
I have to do, and it is as lucky as doing what I just did right there.
I mean,
So-
as far as the gamer percent goes, right? Your record's 2040, and we were like, 21 something, which is not bad.
Yeah.
No.
Great showdown. Oh no, the punching bag.
Oh, give me the stupid friggin'. That is the one thing you don't want to see, because that prohibits you from getting any extra hits on this boss.
Wow.
Dang you! Okay, so now I basically have to cater to his whim, unless he does that, in which case that resets everything.
Oh, nice.
That's what you want basically as an attack, and you want this also, because you can get plenty of extra hits on it. Oh,
Yeah.
flashing warning about to happen.
Okay. Good.
Dang it!
That happens.
Yeah, I missed. I got a late hit, so yeah, that's my bad. Dang you! I'm just taking a death. I refuse
That's
to
fine.
start out. No, it's really better to just start off with a death if that's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so now we have gears.
Yeah, but fortunately, the gears pathing isn't that bad.
No. So you've gotten a sense of dang you. Shoot, dang.
What?
Yeah, if you just had just that first
Oh,
one, it
here
wasn't
we
that
go.
bad.
Good.
Yeah, because I was in a position where I could attack. No, stop it! Oh, dang you! Okay, I better enjoy this corner for. Oh, you stupid enemy!
Uh-oh. No! Oh,
Yeah, there's
yeah.
nothing I can do about that. Nothing I can do about
What
that.
a jerk. Like, yeah, maybe you could have survived with frame perfect input, but
You
that's
stupid
asking for a lot.
Like, this isn't that bad.
No, I'm just making it bad. Because I'm an idiot. I practice this boss quite a bit. It's just being on tilt.
It's all good. That's why we have a decent estimate for this show, you know?
Yep.
Oh, there we go. Hang you, stupid creator. I can't do anything. I can't do anything with that, so I just gotta sit back here.
I'm so glad that you can stand on the platform with your toe.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's like
necessary sometimes.
Wow, this jerk.
Flashing warning! Flashing warning!
Okay. Oh, Atari sound effects. I love it.
oh yeah.
That's when you know he's really angry. But yeah, it's like every 10 attacks, I think, he'll do that.
Okay.
Whoops. Dang it, I did it too early.
You meanie
Okay, quick
punching
breather.
bag.
Okay, I'm gonna be serious this time. Super serious. Oh, come on. Ugh.
Justin's getting his first look at this game.
And what does he think? Does he want to play this?
What do you think? Do you want to play this?
I kind of want to.
No, he doesn't want to. But I do.
Aw. I swear that is like the most evil friggin' attack ever.
Punching
Stop
bag.
spawning.
You are a jerk.
Yep.
Can't believe you're like this. I love that you don't punch the punching bag, you stab it.
Well, yeah. Oh, that was so close.
I gotta clutch it, you know?
Yeah.
Flashing warning.
Die, sandbag! Die!
You don't belong here.
Oh shoot, he's on tilt! Oh
Uh-oh.
shoot, oh shoot. Okay, I might be dead. So fair warning.
You're not dead yet.
No, I am dead.
Ooh,
That is an impossible scenario to get out of.
that is rough. That is rough.
I did get him on tilt, so,
That's good.
but yeah. He's just showing me the business right now.
That's how some of these games go, you know? You do what you can, and if he does something impossible, he's just being a jerk. And I'll just go ahead and say that this is a lot fairer than many, many old games.
You stupid enemy.
Yeah, he's being mean.
Oh, that's good. Dang it. Try to get as many hits as I can.
Understandable.
Okay, flashing warning. Oh, shoot, 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 shoot.
Oh no!
That's on me. That is completely on me. I
Eh.
apologize, everybody.
Why would you apologize?
Because I played this guy a billion times. I should have this down. And I'm looking like a complete noob right now.
Oh no! I'm
it's a
making a
hard
hard
thing.
video game look like it's a little hard.
So I just want to point out that on the Steam page, Macaw put in a
Yeah.
review of this game that just says, I give the game 100 out of 100.
Yep. I saw that. Mike Uyama also has a review there. I'm glad
So
that
do
all
I.
the important people from speedrunning / Macaw have commented on this game.
He is being way too nice right now, and that scares me.
Don't jinx yourself.
I'm I'm wondering if he's going to be on tilt when he gets down. Yes, he's already on tilt.
Ooh, nice. By nice, I mean, like, shows that you're making good progress.
Dang it. He just had to do that, didn't he?
Hey, you're not dead, though.
Got it!
Yes! Is that time?
Yes.
No, it's not time. It's not time. It's not time.
Okay.
Specifically for one reason. Specifically for one reason.
Yeah. I'm waiting.
And time.
Yeah, greatest player in the world. 33-25, not a bad run at all.
No, it's just the final boss was a pain in the butt, and it'll be that way sometimes, so...
You have come to the true end of Zadette, the best video game of all time, and delivered an outstanding performance. Tell everyone around you, and rest. You deserved it. Player approved by Le Club de Sax. Okay.
Yeah, it's French developer.
I love it. Wait, he's holding it in his right hand on the right side. Uh-oh.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is, this isn't sort of sedan where you can Genesis or a sedan where you can turn around.
Yeah, I mean, okay, he's never facing right. That's probably just a mirror then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just he's really good. He might be a really, really good swordsman, just like in Princess Bride, you know.
Could be. We don't know.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But it doesn't matter because NPC is the greatest player in the world.
NPC, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, I mean, it's now I have living proof that I am the greatest player in the world.
Recorded proof.
Recorded
living proof. I'm not sure the recording lives, but you lived, and that's what matters.
Yep, and pieces returned to all the world.
Yes! And you also met a girlfriend.
And rest, you deserved it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
that's what I'll be doing right after this.
Yeah, I hope... I'm really excited to see the GDQ game list because, you know, a lot of great players have submitted. I submitted something myself. No clue how it'll go, but I'm just excited to see what comes up. And if this is in it, I'll be so happy.
Oh man, I will practice my butt off if this gets in. I want to give this the best showing I possibly can.
I mean, the best showing for the best game ever. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But honestly, I think part of the joy of seeing the final boss is knowing that it is absolutely ridiculously hard. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, I was surprised that if no joke, that what is it? The cycles that he gave me on the form that I beat him, if that was all the time, he wouldn't be an issue whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because whenever you see the red flashing eyes, you're just like, well, here's the time I won't be attacking the boss.
Oh yeah. Well, it looks like Mystery Funhouse is doing a race between Okami and Doisiem. I'm not completely sure how to say his name, but let's go raid them. And I think we need to raid saying greatest player in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, so that we can let both of the players over on the Mystery Tournament channel know that they are the greatest, okay? They need to find that out. See you, everybody. Have a great evening / morning wherever you are in the world, and hopefully... I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah. See you later this week, for sure. This weekend for Cusa Grande. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, FBC.